In this lonely ass world, it's getting colder. I'm not going nowhere if I cannot take my boat there. My mind was bred a little different, yeah, from my own past. If I see heat, why the fuck would I wanna go there? Mama, I make you smiling. Mama, your little nigga came from wildin'. Mama, always got in trouble, I was shouting. Mama, now I'm staring at shit. Mama, I'm the pilot. Mama, if I want something, I'ma go get it. Mama, swim with the sharks, piranhas, and fishes. Mama, it's so hard down here, God is my witness. Mama, I know where I'm going. Mama, I'm a fan. It's hard not knowing who is really gonna be there for me. I wish you could be here to see me the day I start touring. Shit be on my mind every second when I'm not recording. I'm waking up conversating with the Lord every morning. I mistakenly took the wrong path, I had to rewind. I fumbled trying to move too fast, I had to keep trying. Growing up I got in trouble, told myself to keep lying. So much stress be building up, swear I be needing me time.
Grand rising people. It's your girl, R to the E to the E to the S to the E. Yay! C-U-P. That's me. You know it's true because it rhymes. All righty, let's get into it today. Today is Monday Madness, and there's a couple of things that y'all need to be alarmed or have concern about. But first, let me tell you, you should not be alarmed about this book here. Shades of Blue by A.M. Morning. Great book, great piece of literature to read, you guys. It's a period piece, and it is good combination when it is coupled with Molly Moss, Sea Moss. Look, I call Molly Moss the Sea Moss boss because, like I said, this right here is what your body needs, what we need. It's what I need right now. Allergies kicking my butt. You hear it in my voice, eyes watering, and then next thing you know, my nose is snotting, and then now I sound like I'm dizzy, Gillespie, somebody on my voice, But it's whatever. I know what it is. I know what I need to feel better. And sea moss is one of the things that do not hurt your body. That makes it feel better. Yes, but don't take my advice. Try it for yourself. Shades of Blue, A.M. Morning. Boo, boo, boo. You get both Molly Moss, Sea Moss, and you get A.M. Morning Shades of Blue. You get a discount when you buy them together. Or if you could buy them separately and show receipts, you still get the same discount. That you got one, you might want to get the other. You get the discount off of the other product, whichever one. All right. DM me, DM Molly. We make sure you get what you need so you can feel jolly. Man, okay, Monday Madness. Let me get on into it. But first, let me say good morning to Mr. Damian Seamoss. Not Seaman, I'm sorry. I didn't renamed you Seamoss.
Hey, that's okay. I'll pitch it. I'll pitch it for you.
Look, and none of his semen is in the Seamoss. So
that's just wrong. That's just wrong. There could be some.
Ain't none of your semen in there.
No, just a floater.
Hey, good morning to you, Miss Brenda Brown. Sauce to the City Super Game Show host. How are you? Man, we had game 2 of our league series last night. Wait, did you? What you say, Dave?
She's still sleeping.
She's still something.
I know y'all work all the time, and I'm just trying to keep up with you girls, man. I can't do it like y'all.
What's wrong with your mic? You can hang. You can hang. Keep taking the NoDoz and drinking coffee. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. Oh man, did y'all have a good weekend? Look, for all of you Commanders fans, you won yesterday. You guys won by the skin of your teeth yesterday, but a win is a win. It don't matter about how many points. A win is a win. So congratulations to Commanders being 1-0 and the head of your division. I found out yesterday why they tell you guys that just got to win and why you're hitting your division. Thanks to Molly Mole. He explained it to me. But it don't seem right. But hey, that's how they do. That's how the points go. So, and how Molly explained it to me, that when you play a team in your division, I think in your division, it counts for like a win and a half. If you play a regular team outside your division, you're just a regular win. Did I say that right?
A win is a win is a win.
No, to make you at the top of your division, how they, measure it up.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, I'm a Chicago Bears fan, and I don't even know how we did yesterday.
Oh, well, you got to look it up for your team. And unfortunately, I'm a Cowgirl fan, and we lost yesterday. But that's how it's going to go.
I got one of my brothers in Maryland, and he is a straight up Cowboy fan. He cannot stand the Ravens, whatever. And when the Cowboys come to Baltimore, man, he gets zooted up.
Yeah, Ravens lost yesterday too.
Okay, he'd be happy about that.
That the Ravens lost yesterday. Good morning, Destiny.
Morning.
I see you up, bright-eyed, shiny, bushy tail.
Yeah, I guess you went to bed at an adult hour last night. And by adult hour, I mean 11 p.m. rather than 3 a.m. Yeah.
Okay, that gives you some rest. That's some good rest.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an adult time. I remember those years.
For me,
seemed like a long time ago. Long time ago.
Morning.
Anyway.
Hey, I spent yesterday afternoon feeling like a complete waste of fucking space because my daughter-in-law had to come over and fix my water line under my sink because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And she came over like a gangster, and she just fixed everything.
She's the plumber.
Hey, say good morning, Connie. Good morning, Connie.
Morning, Connie.
Hey, happy wife, happy life. That's all I'm saying. Now she's just getting up. I'm loud and shit.
Let me get it straight. Come on now. So your daughter-in-law is a plumber?
Yeah, my daughter-in-law came over because I can't even use a screwdriver unless it's got vodka in it. Just saying. And she came over and she was like gangbusters and just fixed fucking everything. I just feel like I feel like less of a man because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing when it comes to this shit.
Well, you shouldn't feel like that. What is your specialty? Everybody got something that their specialty is or they can fix.
Did you hear my wife? Did you hear my wife? No, did you hear Connie? What my specialty is? Nothing. Nothing.
She didn't even put a screen on a door.
Oh.
My specialty is talking shit. That's it.
Damn.
I got no other specialty.
I'm like a jack of all trades.
I don't know how to eat pussy right.
David, that's Freaky Friday conversation. This is Monday Madness.
Fine.
This is Monday Madness.
He said he thinks shit.
So
yeah, but I thought it was just cool as shit. My daughter-in-law coming over and doing that.
Would you say, Destiny, you are a jack of all trades?
Yeah, I've had jobs that taught me a lot over the last 10 years, just over 10 years. So I'm a jack of all trades. The not a master of jack shit. I'm not. What's the full phrase? It's jack of all trades, master of none, something of that.
Yeah.
I don't know what the full
Me.
phrase is, but I say I'm the jack of all trades and the master of some. Because some of that stuff I got down pat. So I can't say the master of none. Because I had a plenty. Not just men when it comes to jobs. That's what I'm talking about. When I said I had a plenty, that part right there. Because somebody might try to say something funny. Woo, woo, woo.
No, I with the jobs that I've had, I could build a house from nothing to something, except I can't do the plumbing or the electrical, and that's it.
So you're good at masonry.
It is the masonry, the carpentry, just all of it. If I name it off, it'll take forever because you've also got a waterproof home foundations as well. What's that, Rumi?
Okay, well, cool. All righty. Molly, you got a video for us to share? Molly gonna set up the first video. We're gonna take some look-sees at some stuff that's going on. What you say, Daniel, about your first job?
Yeah, my first job that I ever had was as a bricklayer, and I'm 6'5", and everyone is way shorter than me. So at 17 years old, I realized that's not what I'm going to do. So my entire life, I've just run my mouth. I'm a salesman, and that's how I make my money. I'm basically a drug dealer.
He keeps saying a drug dealer.
I did that
sell something else other than drugs, Damien.
Yes, I sell T-shirts. I sell comedy shows. I sell tamales, homemade fudge. I'll pimp my wife out if she's ready. You know, I mean, anytime I get some chicken, I'm getting chicken. I love chicken.
Okay, so you got the gift for gab. You like to run your beat. All right.
Yep, that's it. That's all I got going for me. I got nothing else. Bad posture, little dick, and a bad attitude. That's it. That's all I got.
Oh.
Damien.
What, Destiny? I'm being honest.
In California, chemistry teacher Margaret Giesinger is caught on camera cutting her student's hair while singing the national anthem. One student says that she had come into the room declaring it as haircut day, and the student didn't even know she wasn't kidding until it was too late.
When he realizes what happened, he stands up.
I'm not done.
She then begins chasing students in the classroom, grabbing this one girl's hair, but she manages to get away.
I hope I never have to see her at that school again, because I know for a fact that I will never be able to see her as a respectable authority figure in my life.
Giesinger was then charged with 1 count of false imprisonment, 2 counts of cruelty to a child, 2 counts of battery, and 1 count of assault. The 6 misdemeanor counts could add up to 3 years and 6 months in jail if she's found guilty. What would you do if your kid's teacher cut their hair singing the Star-Spangled Banner?
Ooh, ooh.
Hey, I'll go last. I'll go last because I know what I'm going to say. I'll go last.
No, I would have ended up with charges on my own. Like, just as the teacher said something rude to my daughter and my daughter didn't deserve it. Oh, shit, that's my daughter. Hey. All right, that's fine. For me? What? Thank you. Just if the teacher says something to my daughter that's unwarranted, then I'm messaging back and I'm being a total dick. I'll go up to the school and I'll say, I need to have a meeting with somebody because this teacher's being a dick to my daughter. If they cut my daughter's hair, my daughter cut her own bangs recently, and it's like one of the first haircuts she's ever had in her life. If someone cuts my daughter's hair, I would go off. I would turn into a violent parent. They would have to have a police officer up there. And you know what? I might just call the cops up there myself to make sure that I don't end up acting out, because I'm going to get really fucking violent on some teacher. How fucking dare she cut my daughter's hair? I wasn't even watching that thinking about if they tried that on my daughter, because that's a violent thought in itself. I was watching that thinking if any of my teachers ever tried to cut my hair, all those kids were like pulling away from her. I probably would have swung back in my day. Ooh. No, don't fucking touch me or my hair.
Wow. I'm like, that is assault, I think. When you cutting somebody,
Yeah.
if she's singing the Star Spangled Banner, I don't get it. I mean, was she high? Was she sniffing her own glue? I mean, sometimes
she had to have been. There's no way that you go from being just like an upstanding teacher to somebody that sings and cuts on hair against people's will. That is absolutely insanity. And you know what? She might be able to claim insanity and get off scotch-free for that shit. But she's never going to be a teacher again.
They should lock her up for singing off key. She did that song. She sounded awful. They should get her on that two. She did 2 assaults, one on the Star Spangled Banner and the other on that kid's head. She was just,
well, okay. Yeah. All right. Now, just so you know, 4 of my kids, I was a single parent father. I married the wrong people, and they just fucking ditched me with the kids. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud that I was the best mom they had. Okay. And like Destiny said, I swear to God, man, you go to any one of my girls, any one of my boys, and you got scissors in your hands and you're going to put your hands on them. I swear to God, I will come to that school and I will beat a motherfucker with a motherfucker. Swear to God.
Right. Amen.
I'll just start swinging papers.
You go to beat him with another person.
If anyone tries to stop me, if anyone tries to stop me, they're going to have a real difficult time. I'm a big motherfucker. I mean, I would just go, I'd go ape shit. Anyone touches my kids, even though my kids are half fucking worthless. They're idiots, just like their dad. It's genetic. But I swear to God, you fucking touch my kids, you just broke your own heart, motherfucker.
Yep. Nope. I agree. Don't touch my daughter. Don't do it.
Don't touch my kids.
I go from being totally of right mind, of sound mind and body, to I will beat somebody.
Connie.
I know if they go for the knees, then I'm going to the hospital.
I gotta get the wife in here on this one. Connie, what would happen if someone touched your kids? Go on, tell them.
Punched. He said.
No, tell them.
That's not a good deal.
That's my wife. That's not a good deal.
Well, I come home and got my daughter.
And my wife's gangster. Connie's a fucking pit bull, man. Jesus H. Christ.
Wow.
She tries to keep me in line. She put a condom on me while I was sleeping.
I did not.
Just for fun. Right, Connie?
No.
I made that up.
But if you got a little member, how did she find it? She just what is it? And I don't want to know.
No, her dog find it.
Hold on, you know that game in the fair where they throw the rings on the peg to win a gold?
This one right here. Look at him. Look at him.
I want it.
Okay, so now he's the one who finds my dick and then he blocks her asshole.
Oh, shut up, Damien.
Every fucking night. I can't even get into bed without him barking. Fucking dog.
I thought it would more like that game at the fair where you have the rings and you throw the rings on the peg to try and win like a goldfish or something.
Nah, my balls are bigger than my dick. My balls are bigger than my dick, so it'll just bounce off.
Damien, you are cheapening Monday Madness by talking about Freaky Friday stuff.
She was talking about a ring toss. I like donuts, okay? I mean, you throw a donut on my dick, I'm going to catch it.
Leave your dick out of this. She's talking about children.
Oh, okay.
You're talking about you violating the kids and getting...
I'm with Destiny. I would go the fuck off, and my wife would be in the same room trying to, hold her back because she'd be over my shoulder trying to beat the bitch too. Man, that's just uncalled for. It's absolutely disgusting that even happens.
What happened
Who the
to
fuck would do that to a
nonviolent?
child? No, who would do
I
that to
think-
someone else's child? Because that's the bigger question. Who would do that to someone else's child? And then that child has to go home and tell their parent that their teacher is a fucking psycho. Oh,
Well,
I'd be off the chain. Off
see,
the chain.
Well, you guys are talking about a short-term solutions because beating the teacher up to death, that's only going to last a little while till her bruises.
Okay, I bring my
heal.
clippers. I bring my
I
clippers.
would
bring
need
my-
to do.
my wireless clippers, and I would sit her ass down. I said, okay, it's haircut day. Sing Georgia, Georgia. I got Georgia on my mind.
Don't leave Georgia out
Yeah,
of this.
and I'd be shaving that bitch's head for fucking with my kid. I'm a
No,
dick like
you
that.
have
I
to-
can't
no.
censor myself.
Althea is right though. I've said to people before. Now, I have anger problems, and I've worked a long time to control that. And my point with my statement is that woman would bring all of the anger problems out in one go. But she's
Yep.
right in that beating up the teacher is only a temporary thing. You could sue the teacher for, I mean, like, I don't know, all the fucking charges that they put that is in reference to your child. You could sue the school system, and lawyers can come up with some fucking thing on that. Especially if the teacher walked in and had anything, like if she spoke to anybody at any point in the office, or my hair looks like shit. Y'all didn't even tell me.
Me too.
Yeah, yours looks like shit too. And if the teacher had any, like if she talked to anybody in the office and she just seemed off at all, then they should have said something, blah, 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 blah. Suing is a longer term thing because you can fuck them up pretty good. And I mean, already through what the charges she got, her life is kind of screwed anyhow. She's not going to be able to be a teacher anyhow. She's going to end up Mickey D's for the rest of her life.
Yeah, but I'd still want to have a say-so. And, I'd probably smack her right in the fucking mouth and go to jail.
You do have a say so. What good is both of y'all going to jail now unless you're going to be in a cell with her and you plan on to?
For me, Althea,
calling the cops to
Althea,
control myself.
Althea, that's a valid question, and I'm going to give you a valid answer.
You're going to give me a Damian Stevens answer. That's what you're going to give me.
Okay, it's a valid answer. I've got plenty of mugshots for defending people in my life. And I've done plenty of time for what I felt I was defending people in my life. But, that right there is inconceivable. I don't think that any child should be in that environment. And I agree with Destiny that if that happened to my kid, not only would she get a fucking smack in the mouth, but me, my wife, and every fucking child in that classroom would be suing that school for just, could you imagine the PTSD that girl had to go through? I mean, that's going to be forever. It's not a memory you can just fucking erase.
Soon as somebody brings out some scissors, she goes, no, don't.
Man, I teach my girls all the time, and my boys. Don't let anyone violate your space. If they do, knuckles, go.
Well, like I said, beating up is not going to. It may feel good and make you be therapeutic. Not unless you're going to whoop her ass every day. Every day you see her, you're going to be outside her house. She couldn't come outside to the mailbox. That at that time, that's too much. Get it where it counts. Give the gift that keeps giving. Ruin her life. Where she won't.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Althea and Destiny. I mean, I would feel very, very bad for the parents of that teacher that in some way, or whatever her environment was, or whatever drug she was on, that she thought that was okay. She definitely needs some counseling. She definitely needs some time in a little thin cotton mat on a steel bed. All right. And she needs to walk outside once in a while and get her shit But I mean, yeah, I feel sorry for any woman or any person, for that matter, who would ever violate the space of a child by doing that. It's absolutely fucking disgusting.
Good morning, Phil.
Hey, good morning. How y'all doing?
Good morning, Phil. How you?
We're good.
I'm good,
What's up,
family.
Phil?
What's up? What's up?
What's up?
Hey,
Sharing the video.
Phil, tell me.
Wait a minute, Destiny. Let me catch him up, please.
Yes, ma'am.
We were talking.
Hey, let
and
him
sharing
see
video,
that. Let him see that again. Let Phil see that again.
and we were sharing the video.
What we talking about here?
Of the student, I'm about to tell you, we were sharing a video where a teacher come in singing a Star Spangled Banner with some scissors in her hand and cut one of her students' hair. She said it was hair cutting day, and she.
Oh, fuck that! I don't even need to see the video. That's violation. I don't need to see no damn video of that. That's fucked up. You can't do that.
You cut my dog's hair, I'm gonna kick your ass. Look at him.
You can't do that shit. You can't do that.
Yep.
This haircutting day. This teacher whipping their ass.
Oh, gee. H. Ugh.
Now, Phil, what I was saying, that whooping the ass will only last a little bit of time, satisfactory. You give?
I'm good with that.
Given. No, I will press charges. She will be removed from that district. She wouldn't be able to teach children no more.
Okay, they'll come after ass whipping.
I'll be suing the school district, and I thought teachers have to go through some type of psych evaluation.
Let me ask you this. As a black mother, if your kid came home and told you that some teacher came and cut their hair, boy or girl, the first thing, I don't know, all the chicks I know, I mean, I ain't grow up in the best neighborhood. So all the chicks I know, that's going to start with ass whipping. We'll worry about the legal shit later. But I'm just saying, that's probably the right way to go.
Yeah, right. Because I would want to go beyond an ass whooping. You know, and I don't have to whip the ass because there'll be so many other people in my family ready to get to the bitch. So I ain't got to do nothing.
Because she stepped totally out of her realm of responsibility. Right. So it go ahead.
I said that's assault, and whatever punishment she is getting, I guarantee you, I would sign up to get cuffed up. I would sign up so I can tell the judge why I did it.
So let me ask you this. So what happened to her? What were the ramifications for her for doing this?
We got to look more at the show with the ramification. Destiny made a good point when she said that she would have the police with her, because Destiny said that. Destiny, tell him what you said. You're muted.
What did you say, Destiny?
I said I've had anger problems my whole life. I've been controlling them my whole life, but something like that would send me over the edge. And I know that I would want to at least have words with the teacher, and I don't know if I'd swing on them or what. So I would actually call the police and be there and have them be there to make sure that I don't go overboard.
Because actually, that's not only disrespecting my child, that's disrespecting me, and it's disrespecting my family.
Now you gotta go get that kid a haircut because their hair looks fucked up.
Hey, hold on a second.
No, you're saying that you don't like the way I'm raising my child and the way I allow him to wear his hair. So basically, that's a direct reflection on me.
You're right.
It could be cultural. It could be religious reasons. It could be anything. You don't.
It don't matter.
To touch somebody.
Preach, brother, preach. What?
Touch somebody
it don't
else.
matter where you're at. You could be in
not
fucking Dubuque, Iowa, or you could be in Gary, Indiana. When someone touches your child when they're at school, you as a parent have no ability to even protect them in that situation. And for that to happen,
exactly. And that's going to take a psychological toll on him.
Fuck yeah, it will. Or her, or whoever it is.
Or her. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
You just
slavery.
fuck that kid
That's
up.
slavery
That kid's gonna
mentality.
get bullied.
That's saying
That kid's gonna get teased, laughed at. I mean, that shit. It has so many different levels after the act is done. It's worse.
And like I said, the way I raised my kid, I told him, you know, if anybody do anything that you feel is disrespectful to you as far as touch you, you know, intrude your airspace, I'm not
You
saying for you,
bust
tell them don't be disrespectful. Remain respectful. But if you feel endangered, if you feel harmed, you take the appropriate action and we'll deal with it later. So and
Facts.
you know, so somebody come to my son with some clippers cut it to try to cut his hair. He has my approval to do whatever he needs to do to defend himself. That's bordering on
Amen.
assault. That is bordering on assault.
It is
No, it
assault.
is assault.
It
It
is
is
assault.
assault.
Yeah,
It's
she got
not
she got
bordering
hit
on
with assault
assault. It
charges.
is assault. You're gonna cut some kid's head against their will while listening to the national
Yeah,
anthem.
scissors too. Yeah, that's self-defense. Because you coming to me brandishing scissors.
You come to me with
yeah.
scissors, I'm gonna stick you.
So if he hit
Trust
her with a book, hit her with whatever he needs to, and run out the room, I'm good with that.
That is
I'm good with that. That's self-defense, and we'll deal with it afterwards.
Like Destiny said, she said if she went in her day, she said if the teacher was coming to her, she said she gets stole on. You right, and not just by you, but all the other kids will jump in too. Say she Miss Brittany lost her mind. She lost her mind.
Yeah,
They would have took time to jump her, to kick her. They would have diffused the situation.
I also had
I
a
mean,
favorite getting my haircut when I was younger too. That probably would have contributed to my response. Like when I was really little, I cut my hair, or I had my sister who was like 3 at the time cut my hair, and it resulted in me having to have a boy haircut. And I just had this paranoia about people cutting my hair after that, so I didn't even go get my hair cut at places. If I wanted a trim, I just grabbed my hair, pulled it to the side, and trimmed it, and that was it. I did it myself. So anybody else trying to grab my hair and I'm freaking out. Good morning, funny man.
What's up? What's up?
Your baby, ain't funny man Green.
Hey,
Who asked funny man?
what's happening?
Hey folks.
You bet.
We get ready to move to the next story. Y'all missed it, the first story. But Molly, we're gonna pull up the next video so y'all can get in on the conversation.
What's up, Grade?
About this is what all children need to be learning in school. Watch this.
It's like something you would never learn at any other schools, these kind of things. Nope. We had a workshop called How to Manage an Airbnb. What all was involved in that? So the first session, we were working on understanding cash flow, short-term rental. And then the second session, the decision came up whether we wanted to buy a property or rent out a property that allowed you to do short-term rentals.
Yeah. And that's a complicated decision, right?
So we ended up actually renting a property. We didn't want to end up buying a property and then having to sell it later on.
Then what happened?
And then we started furnishing it. In our listing, we did put the fact that it was being run by 10, 11, and 12-year-olds. And despite that, we even got 5-star reviews, and so people were very happy with it.
Okay.
I like that. I like that.
I love that. I love that.
Young entrepreneurs.
That's something and I hate to say it, that's something as Black people, we don't teach our kids that white people do. Money management, how to manage your money, how to become entrepreneurs, how to invest your money.
Phil, I want to just intervene a little bit on that part because it's a money thing. It's not a black and white thing. It's a poverty thing. If it's a white poverty, it's the same thing. If it's
the same. Yeah, pretty much. You're right. You're right.
You can't teach your kids what you don't know. So if you don't have money and you're not managing money, no matter what race you are, that's what's happening.
Yep.
Now, they taught that in school. When I was coming up, we had a class. They taught us business management. They taught us how to balance the checkbook. Before I was 12, I knew how to write a check and balance the checkbook because they taught us that first part of math in school with accounting, Everybody's math at school and
Hey,
teaching is different.
hey, Reese,
Yeah.
I can kill at cooking. Yeah, I mean, I can kill at small engine repair. Not kill, but I can get it done. You know what I'm saying? Small engine repair and eating and sewing and home ec, you know, and even CPR. I knew these things before high school or definitely learned them my freshman year of high school, you know. So all that's gone really. And I'm using all them. I'm using I just like school terribly. Was terrible at it. Didn't want to. I was too anxious. I wanted to move around. But anyway, when I did have something interesting like that, it held my attention enough, and I'm still using them skills to this day.
That's what I'm saying. They don't teach the curriculum of when we were growing up versus what's coming up now is totally different. It's not the same. And the studies and the stories and the teaching that they took out of school baffles the mind. I'm like, well, what is school actually teaching them nowadays?
I got A's in gym.
I did too.
Well, I can tell you from my own experience that Funny Man Green and Phil and Destiny and you, Althea, I know from my own personal experience, being over half a century old now. I was raised by a single parent woman in one of the poorest neighborhoods in the fucking universe, which was Gary, Indiana. And she made sure that me and my little brother, we went to a boarding school for kids from broken homes. I mean, if my mom was on welfare, we'd have to pay shit. If she was making money, she paid out the ass. It was on a sliding fee scale system. I grew up poor, and what I taught my kids is never, ever, ever, ever make any fucking excuses about why, when, and where you're going to eat, sleep, and shit. That was my mom.
Yeah.
I'll go back to when I was a teenager. When she knew I was slinging dope. What's that?
I said, we're gonna keep.
That's what I'm talking about. The video. These kids were taught to not only be smart at that age, but those parents that instilled that in them, I bet you they came from meager backgrounds, because all my kids are tough as nails.
Yeah, and you can teach them.
The kids didn't swing maybe because they know that like they've got this thing rooted in them that they can't physically hurt a teacher. So that's why they ran away rather than swinging on her.
No, we talking about the other video with the kid with the getting money, renting and teaching schools or teaching schools that are teaching kids life skills. No.
I hate to say it like this, and
life skills in school. That's what we talking about.
I mean, a lot of shit that you supposed to learn in school, because I ain't talking about what I did, but I was slinging dope at 15 years old. So motherfuckers on the street would tell me, take your money, don't spend all your money, invest your money in something. Buy an apartment building, buy a house. Don't burn up all your money. And, you know, it wasn't the right information coming from the right people, but it was the right information.
Yeah, it was.
I'm just saying.
Exactly. And all that's gone now, Phil. You know, even the dope boys.
It's gone now. It's gone now.
No more. They ain't teaching that. They ain't teaching that. Even in the wrong school.
They ain't teaching that shit no more.
But when you don't have enough, they teach you how to budget your money to stretch it, to last it. Everybody I know always was taught how to make something last, whether you make a meal last, whether you make $1 last. That is economics. That they teaching you how to go from point A to B on this little minute scale. That's balance, checks and balance.
Grandma taught me how to make this.
That's balancing.
Grandma taught me how to make this into $100.
Damien, cállate boca, por favor. Because you don't hear it.
Yes, ma'am. What?
You're not comprehending English.
What?
Let me throw another language.
I know Spanish.
Okay. So if you're not, you're taught on some level, some scale, whether you're stretching a meal or the $1 of gas or whatever. Even the wear of your outfits, you are taught that, and all of that is part of economics. Like if you had 2 skirts and 4 shirts, you know how to match your outfit up to make an outfit look different every time. That's making something stretch or make something last.
Right.
That's all a part of what they say when we don't learn in school, but kind of like innate system ability or innate common sense. So everything that they don't teach you in school their way, but you have to learn it one way or another, especially coming up in this world, whether it's from your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your grandparents. Somebody is showing you how to stretch a dollar or how to make something last. Or
May I make a comment on that? It's not always the curriculum too. It's not encouraged. Like my mother, and she was very successful as a doctor, and she ran every joint from Riker to Crownsville to Spring Grove, all those things in Maryland. She did exceeded in everything she did, right? But she really wanted to do fashion, right? But they wouldn't encourage that. They didn't encourage you to follow, and this stems back to the video. It didn't encourage you to follow what you really want to be. They try to stick you in the system. They want you in the system. They want you in there working a government job or.
You don't know why we go to school, right?
Right, because I mean, I know, and now she still does a little sewing and all that stuff, right? But if she would have did that whole right now, she'd be sitting, man, way better. Because plus it's something that she loved to do. You know what I mean? Like they don't. You go to any other country, well, not any other country, but like in China, man, they got them kids working from their skill base. If you acrobatic, that's part of your everyday teachings. You know what I'm saying? How maybe you might be the next Olympic representing the country, and they take big deals about that type stuff in other countries. Here they just want you to dumb down, and I'm done after this. Dumb down and jump into the system.
Yep. You wouldn't believe how my family looked at me when I told them I was doing comedy. They like, you doing what? That was not part of. I'm 50-some years old and shit, and I done everything that was expected of me. I've been married. I bought a house. I got kids. They're like, what the fuck you doing comedy? Shit, where the fuck did that come? You got brain damage? Shit.
You don't know why.
You should have been like, yeah, that's why I want to be a comedian. So I can use this brain damage.
I want to be a comedian. I got brain damage. But fortunately, I also grew up where they expect much of me anyway. So whatever I did was more than what they expected. So I always had that to fall back on.
Exactly. Yeah.
Millennium Phil, aka Go-Go, and Crank 365 said, "Good morning, kings and queens. I would have been happy to be I would be happy to do a project like that at 11 or 12 years old, but with money." Yeah, the kids, yeah, because our children would have loved to do that at that age, that could get an Airbnb started and purchasing the furniture. So obviously they had some grant, they had something or some assistance from some outside source to help them with that. So as they was teaching them that, of course there was an overseer, somebody overseeing the whole project that could help facilitate what it is that they was teaching these children. And I think that's great. David Green, why you so quiet, David Green? What did you learn growing up?
Got an A in gym.
No, when I was watching the video, I was thinking about the episode of the Cosbys when he was teaching Theo a lesson, and remember he had to get his own apartment and Miss Griswold and all that. But I mean, pretty much the same with JoJo and different ones said. You know, I mean, we didn't have them type programs or whatever growing up. Like, I do remember a business class called EFE or something. I think I took that, but that was just about.
How old are you, Dave? Funny man.
47.
Yeah, well, you close because we had typing, we had auto shop, we had home ec, we had first aid, like half of the semester you didn't get gym, you had to do first aid, and then the second half you got to do gym.
Health.
So so when we had a few things. And then I think right after that, right around your age is when they started. They even had driver's ed. They used to have driver's ed.
They don't even have driver's ed anymore.
And you had I mean the real driver's ed, like you was in the animated cars, like you was behind the wheel on the screen, like back in them days. That was like yeah, they ain't doing it.
I went to home ec just to find a date for the prom. I went to home ec just to find a date for the prom. That was me. I'm in there cooking and jiving. Yeah.
They made us take home ec. You had to take a course of home ec through some part of the school before you graduated. You had to take home ec when I was a kid.
Yeah, you had to take home ec.
Nobody asked David what EFE stood for. What was EFE, David?
I don't remember.
What did you do in it?
Slept and failed.
Okay.
We had didn't they have an economics class? Was that some economics?
That's what it was.
Yeah, because we had that too. We had something like that too. I don't know if it was like what you just said, but we had economics.
Home economics.
I would love to make a statement about school.
But he said
slept and failed.
Economics.
Hey,
It was
my mother taught me home
probably
economics. She
financial
give me a
or
quarter bag of weed and I sell them 2 for $5 at Millie's candy store. That was home economics for me.
That's not economics. That's not teaching you how to keep an efficient home.
Hey, we were businessmen. We was little businessmen. We did it. We did get a little bit because I sold candy. I sold lifesavers. I sold popsicles. I used to break the sticks so you could.
I know that's right,
JoJo. Popsicle in school without break the stick off so they could eat it without being seen. You know what I'm saying? Like you couldn't have the stick hanging out your mouth. So I used to break them off, sell them for a quarter, now and laters, and all that stuff.
Damn, you said you sold joints to teachers.
No,
yes, I have done that
my
as well.
wrestling coach was a regular customer. That's why I never got busted. My wrestling coach, he was getting 2 for $5 every time at lunch.
Oh, you was really the teacher pet.
Well, he came up to me. Wait a minute. It's a true story. He came up to me. He said, I'm going to take you to the principal's office if you don't tell me what you're doing. I said, I just sold an eighth of weed and I rolled a bunch of pinners up and I sold them at Millie's candy store. And he goes, how many you got left? I said, I got 2. He goes, what do you charge? I said 2 for $5. He goes, all right, here's $5 and go to your class. Can't even make that joke.
Yeah. I mean, I've been in the school where I took smoke breaks with teachers.
But remember, I was back in the day when we had pagers, not cell phones. Pagers.
Oh yeah,
I know that's right.
Go to the hall room.
I know that's right.
No, that smoking with teachers was before pagers with me. You know what I'm saying?
I had teachers and we would go back to their house and smoke weed after school.
What you trying to say,
Destiny?
Okay. It's like for 15 minutes now. I've been trying to say like a really simple thing, and I mean like it doesn't.
Go ahead, Destiny.
But like, okay, so it kind of sounds like, and it's not out of the norm for this, but not a lot of people know why school is even a thing. School is a thing not for teaching you. It's specifically Henry Ford came up with the idea of putting children into school specifically to get them prepared to have 8-hour workday. And whenever they said, what are we going to teach these students for 8 fucking hours? He said, and the quote is, teach them everything about nothing. The fact that these days we have some classes like home ec and sex ed and shit like that, where it actually teaches us certain things that we can kind of use in the next life. That's just what we decided at some point to do, because we were like, we're really not teaching them shit. And when they get out of school, they don't use any of this. What do? Give them a couple little extracurricular things to learn. We're not supposed to learn anything from school. We're just supposed to get ready to work for the rest of our lives. That's all. Anything else that we learn is supposed to come from our parents. And I'm done. Thank you.
That's why that video won't be.
High five to that. That's gangster, Destiny. Damn. Bring it up. What? That's badass. I didn't have it broken down like that, but again, we're talking about women have a totally different perspective than men, and we have to always agree with that.
No, that's just a historical perspective.
Learn to say fuck it. Women are smarter than men.
No, I'm not saying that. I've got a lot of men that are a lot smarter than me. It's women have the creative mindset to where they can look at things differently, and I just named off the historical aspect of it. That's all.
Hey, they
you waited 15 minutes.
Set up the next video, Molly. While Molly is setting that up, I want to point something out that's very seriously. Has anybody other than me noticed that Damien Seaman sound like Rick from Rick and Morty? Even when he go,
like who?
Every time I hear Rick, go watch the show Rick and Morty. Every time I hear David talk, I be like, yeah, get swifty with it, Morty. Do anybody else know Rick and Morty?
I don't know who Rick and Morty is, but okay.
Oh, wow. We're going to have to pull Rick up one day so
That's
Damien Stevens can see.
It makes
A black boy in the Chicago area posts a gun on social media. His school finds out, they alert the police, they go to his home, raid the home, and find 2 guns under his pillow. Because of that, he's expelled from the school, and he can't even go to the alternative school. This kid is 14, and now he's in a situation where he can't return to that public school until 2026. So we're talking 2 more years. How does this young man get an education and not become a statistic? I was contacted by a family friend, y'all. This is an urgent matter and I need your help. As someone who taught in an alternative school before, I don't understand why he's being denied an education even by an alternative school. So if you have any resources where he can take an online course and receive high school credits that will transfer when he returns back to that public school, let me know. Message me, drop a comment, something. Or if you are in the Chicago area, like if you in Chicago, or if you are in the suburban area, Cook County, Will County, and you have any resources where he can attend a school in person and receive credits that transfer, let me know. We need your help. Because what's crazy about this is if he got arrested and he was in a juvenile detention center, he would have access to an education then. But now he doesn't. So y'all, we got to prevent this young man from being too idle, from not receiving the education that he deserves, all because he made a mistake. He's only 14 years old. So let's see what we can do. Please, please let me know. Share this with somebody that might have information, and let's figure this out together, fam. Appreciate you. And it's crazy, y'all, because being at school is the safest thing for him right now. But we have a system, and it's not just school. This is literally what it is, this system of violence that wants to discard people for making a mistake, man. Like when our kids get in fights, we suspend them out of school. That makes no sense. Bring them back to the community and teach them. Shower them with support, love, and resources. And let's figure out why this 14-year-old black boy felt like he needed guns. Did you ever think about where he was growing up, where he lived, the environment he's in, his family dynamics? But anyway, y'all, share those resources with me. Let's figure this out.
I got a question.
I love that
he had 2 guns underneath the pillow. Was he planning on robbing the Tooth Fairy? What?
Yeah.
I'm talking about right.
Everybody seen Harlem Night.
No, that post was probably like really damn good because he laid out what happened with the young man. He made his opinion very apparent, which it is a very valid opinion. And he also asked for anybody to give any help, any ideas. With a post like that, if it hits viral, which I saw it only had a couple over 1 grand likes, if it hits viral, then that is very likely that somebody's going to offer him like a something similar to a homeschool kind of situation.
I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna do it right now. See, I believe I've always been a man of action. I'm gonna do it right now. And if you can send this to him, I would appreciate it because that's where I grew up, South Chicago, Gary, Indiana. There's an organization called the Job Corps. Okay.
Yeah, there's Job Corps. Yeah.
All right, so he can sign up for Job Corps, and they're probably going to send him to Rhinelander, Wisconsin, or Cleveland. He gets to pick a trade. They're going to make sure he gets his GED. He's going to have a trade, and he'll get his education. And that is because I had to go through it because I was, that 14, 15-year-old kid always getting in trouble.
I know, but this kid might, they didn't give the history of the kid.
Set up
Right,
for
exactly.
your future. Like it does give you your GED, it does teach you a trade, and that's great.
Yes.
But it's not going to get rid of the fact that they said, hey, this young man has guns, and then had cops go there, take his guns, and even though his guns were taken, he doesn't have them anymore. They still kicked him out of school. What the fuck is up with that?
No, but I mean, I understand what what you're saying, Destiny, and everything. But I'm talking about like now, with the school shootings and different things like that, like within the past week, we've been having school cancellations due to either school shootings or threats of school shootings or whatever. So, like I said, I understand what you're saying, but I understand what you're saying, but you also got to protect the other kids. You know what I mean? Like, and like Jojo said, we don't know the history of the of the dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that need to touch on that.
I mean, I understand. He's in a bad environment and different things like that. And it was talking about you need the guns for protection, but you don't know if he's also the problem. You know what I mean? So
wait, exactly. That's the point. Like, what's his history in school? You know what I mean?
Right.
Is this the first time he's ever? Does he fight a lot? Is he violent? I mean, these are things that you got. Now, I'm not saying that he don't have any self-defense fight in him. I ain't saying because he's been in a fight. I'm just saying, is he the bully type? Is he? These are things that they could easily figure out. But you guys,
those are things you need to know before you make that decision.
Phil, they don't want to, man. You guys, are you sitting here using a whole bunch of? If everybody's going to use logic, right, on this and tell me all this and all that. The logic is in the system. The logic is in the people that are doing this, not. Oh damn! I lost my train of thought. Go ahead. I lost my train of thought.
Are you finding your train of thought? I got a question. Where did he get the guns and bullets from? In order to be able to shoot the gun, you need bullets. So somebody is supplying this child.
You sound like some old white. You sound like some old uppity lady. Where in heaven did he get the guns come from? Where did he get them? Not my child. Where would he get a gun?
452,
but
451.
But I'm just saying, this is.
Reese, we had pistols ever since we was kids.
I was 14.
I can get a gun quicker than I can get a math book.
Wait a minute. I was this type of parent. I tossed my son's room.
There have been 451 mass shootings in America.
He was a young boy because he had hung with some unsavory dudes. So
and we were all smart because we knew our mothers tossed our rooms, then we didn't keep it in our rooms. Duh. I mean, come on, yo.
Had it under his pillow. Or
I know because his mother didn't toss his room. If she did, they wouldn't have been under his pillow, but it could have been more dangerous. They could have been hidden outside the school or anything. So
I'm putting more of the onus back on the parent. That's
Good
what
morning,
I'm
y'all.
trying to.
I can't go there.
Can't
Good
blame the
morning.
child. At 14, I cannot blame the child 100%. Parents, we gotta do some parenting. We gotta do some straightening. Parents don't parent anymore.
Are y'all aware that there have been 451 shootings in America in just this year? Mass shootings, not just like they shot someone. Mass shootings, 400.
I was going to say, we got that in Baltimore already. What you talking about? Shit.
Good morning, Roger.
Good
morning, everyone.
Hey, what's up? Are you talking about school shootings, or are you talking about just in general? Like,
She's talking about big shootings. She's talking about mass shooting. Mass.
Yeah, it could be gun, school related, or they pulled it out at the damn supermarket. Just like shootings that were in a mass of individuals where multiple people were injured and some killed.
So on this one, I think I'm on Reese's side. So because the child is black and they found the gun and they kicked him out of school and he can't be in no school ever, that's his parents' problem now. I'm not on the side of any child that's going to bring something to school to hurt my child. So if you wasn't paying attention to where he got the guns from or how he got them or his life in general, then maybe you can pay attention to how to educate him without the public school system. Because it's not up to them to
you're slipping. You're slipping.
It's not
Man, boo.
boo nothing. It's not up to them to educate your child.
It's
up
more
to
than
that-
just the parents, yo. It's way more than bigger than the parents. It's the response of the school.
Well, again, I'm not going to be screaming, but again, in my opinion, parents need to pay more attention to their kids, and then maybe you can catch stuff like that. When my son was growing up, he told me, he said, I don't want a babysitter. And I told him, I said, I'm a single mother, so I got to go to work and make money so we can live. But if you can't behave yourself, I'm going to go ahead and quit my job and I'll walk you to school every day to make sure that you're doing the right thing. And if I have to sit in class with you to make sure that you're doing the right thing, I will stick to your ass because you're my most important priority. There is nothing more important than you growing up and being a functioning adult in the world. He
Okay,
said,
can I say one thing? How the system? No, may I? I know you're finished. You're doing, but I just want to say just one thing about that because the system will not let you sit in school.
No, you can say what you want to say after I finish.
Brandon,
So
Jojo,
therefore, as he was growing up, he said, "No, Mom, I don't want to do that." I said, "Well, you do your job and go to school and stay out of trouble, and I'm gonna go do my job." So therefore, any parent out there, your most important job is to make sure your child grow up in to be a functioning adult.
Okay. Now, the school will not allow you to do that in Baltimore. You ain't going into Baltimore City schools and sitting there every day. You dropping your kid off at the school. No, you cannot sit in school every day. No, you may not. So this is what I was saying. The system blocks it as well. And then people like, with your opinion, put it all back at the home when the system won't even allow you to do that. Plus the areas and the poverty and the violence that's put across people in poverty every single day. And then this is just a reflection of that.
Yep.
All right. I just want to say real quick, Jojo, you're absolutely incorrect. They will allow you to do that because I have done it.
Not in Baltimore, you haven't. My mother tried.
PG County is close enough. Trust me, they'll let you do it if you are there for a specific situation or a specific incident that is happening with your kid. You can sit in that classroom. You absolutely can. Now, a principal may not let you do that, but if you're there for the right reason, I've done it twice. I did it with my son when he got robbed by gunpoint, and they allowed the kid to come back to the school, and I sat in that school until they got that kid out of there. That was the first time. The second time was with my other son. I sat in the classroom because there was another issue with the kid bullying him when he was younger. And I sat in that classroom and I went in there and told them what I was going to do, and they absolutely let me do it in high school and elementary. So,
parents want the support. Schools want the support of the parents. Hi, whoever the additional person is. Hi.
Brenda, that sounds all well and good, but at the end of the day, that's one of the fights that I fight about the gun violence thing. It ain't always the parents. The parents are just as fucked up as the kids. I know when I was young, I was running out the same hustling spots my father was running out of. So it was just like, it is what it is. It's a part of our mentality. It's a part of the way we grew up. So it's a cycle that has to be changed.
Well, I don't know. Maybe y'all grew up not afraid of your parents, but I was afraid. I was more afraid of my mother and my father than I was afraid of the system, the school, or anybody else. And nowadays, kids are not afraid of their parents. Kids tell their parents what to do and kick their ass and take their check and spend it the way they want.
Well,
so I think always it starts out with you. You are the one that bears the child into the world, so you got to stay on it. You can't just raise your hands and say, I don't know, and then try to let the school handle it, because that way they're going to be dumber than donuts.
I was scared to death of my parents.
The guest got a comment.
I don't have a comment.
I got one more thing to say real quick.
Can you just wait a minute?
I thought you said you don't have a comment. Didn't you just say that?
I'm commenting to you. Can you just be quiet for a second? Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I'm her aunt, Pam. This is my baby.
Hi, Pam. Hi, Pam.
Okay. Good morning. I just stopped by to see her. You all have a good day. That was my comment.
Oh,
okay.
Pam is cute.
Could have sworn she said I don't have a comment, right?
Hey,
Go ahead, bro. You you've been married too long. You supposed to kept it moving. You've been married too long.
I'm gonna keep it moving.
You speak over everybody all the time. You speak over everybody all the time.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Pam. I appreciate that.
That's my comment. Be considerate and stop speaking over everyone.
Everybody here do it.
Do you have any other comments? Because you just spoke over me. So do you have anything else to say before I
do have another comment.
All right, go ahead.
I do have another comment.
I'll be patient. Go ahead.
Okay. My comment is, I didn't believe you could be quiet for 5 seconds.
Damn.
That was a good one, though. You gotta give her credit for that. That was a good one.
Yeah, you won that one.
She's definitely out there as auntie.
How many of y'all are about my age that know what it was like when you were a kid and you were going through the checkout counter, you tried to snatch like a candy bar or something, and mama would just whoop your ass right there in front of the checkout lady?
Yep.
All of us.
How many?
Yeah, all of us.
That's what's wrong. That's what's wrong. You do that shit today, man. They got some old fucking security guard sweating you. I'm like, get out, man. What's up? It's my grandson.
I think that it's a little. I think it's a little. Go ahead, Brenda.
I was just gonna say, yeah, my dad actually did that to my son. He took him to Walgreens, and my son stole one of them little men on the skateboard. And when they went out the door, the alarm went off, and they said, they got the little thing out my son's pocket. And my dad, first and only time he ever beat my son's ass ever, it was in public at Walgreens.
Right. Go ahead,
Brenda, how old was you when you how old was you when you had your son?
I was 25.
Okay. So my point being, kids nowadays are having kids at 10, 11 years old or whatever. So you're asking you're asking kids to pretty much to raise other kids. You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
no, no,
like,
no.
like,
He
like,
talking
like,
about
like,
Billy Goats,
No,
Rod. He talking
what
about
I'm
Billy
asking,
Goats
hold
kids.
on,
look,
David
look,
Green.
look,
Hold
listen.
on, I'm
Yeah, Billy
asking
Let me
Goat.
the I'm
finish. I'm
asking
not
the
done.
parents. I'm asking the parents to raise their kids, and if a parent was raising their kid, they wouldn't be having kids at 11 and 12.
Okay,
Nah,
okay.
come
Listen,
on,
wait,
yo. My mom. That's you.
you're
I
not
beg to
letting.
differ. My mother was
You're
raised
not
by
let.
very well, and she had me very
Look,
young. But that don't happen. Come on, yo. Come
no, but
on.
my point is, okay, so back in the day or whatever, you know what I mean? Everybody's talking about back in the day, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You had the grandma or whatever like that, and all, you know what I mean, that would help out, you know what I mean, watching the kids or this is this. Nowadays, the grandma can't watch the kids because she's looking for a babysitter. You know what I mean? So
Well, then they can
Damn.
watch each other's kids. They can take
What?
turns going
you know what I
back
mean?
and
She's
forth.
trying to go to the club. You know what I mean? She's
My
looking for a
village
Still would
used to
like to
put
make
it.
a point
You know what I
at
mean?
some point in
Go
time.
ahead, Rod.
Casey. I gotta wait for Auntie, what was her name?
Go
Auntie,
ahead, Rod.
something to give me
All
approval.
right. I think she
All
out of the
right,
house, Rodney. You
all right.
say
I'm
She
safe.
said.
Thank you,
She said you
Jesus.
may speak. She said you may
Sam Green.
speak.
All right, to get back now, what I was going to say in agreeing to, I think agreeing to Brenda and also David. So I took in my nephew, and the biggest issue I saw was that one, my niece did have him at a young age. Her mother had her at a young age, and
Right,
it
yeah, that's a
wasn't
fact.
like a mother-son relationship. It was like they were friends. And that to me was the thing that I think that a lot of parents are doing nowadays. They want to be their kids' friends more than they want to be their parent. And then their kids go out and think they can do adult things at young ages because their parents treat them like adults at young ages. And I think that is a reason why a lot of this stuff is happening out here where people don't have respect for others because they feel that they don't need to respect you because they're adult too and they're 12. You know what I'm saying? So that becomes the issue.
When we was young, Rodney, we went to do adult things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, come on. When you're young, that's what you do. You want to be grown usually. You know what I mean? But you know, you're getting fake IDs. You're doing stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter.
He's not saying that, JoJo.
I'm
He's
saying,
No, I
I'm
mean-
saying at 12, they're being told they're adults. Not at 16, 17 when I was still when I was doing the shit I was doing. Don't get me
Well,
wrong,
that's the
but I
issue.
still
Somebody-
had enough pride. I had enough pride to not do it with my parents. My nephew was smoking with his mother at 14, smoking weed with his mother. He's doing this stuff with her. He's not hiding behind her back because he's afraid of her. He's supplying her and she is supplying him. That is the total different relationship that a lot of parents have nowadays with their kids, and that we did not have when we was a child. I was not smoking, drinking, or doing any of the damn shit I was doing with my mother at all. That was not happening.
No,
That's all well and good, but I got a serious question, real quick, because you know with this gun violence shit that I've been working with, I've gotten to arguing with people on the city council. Okay, we know the parents are supposed to do what they're supposed to do, but what do we do when that relationship fails? Okay, we talk about everything that's supposed to happen. Okay, we know what's supposed to happen, but when it don't happen, your kid is running around in the street, robbing people, shooting people, stealing cars and all that shit. Okay, where do we go from there? We know what's supposed to be right, but what do we do when that relationship fails, when the parents don't do what they supposed to do?
That's
We
what I was
still
talking
got to
about
deal.
with the system.
We still got to deal with these kids.
Okay,
The-
so
the-
I have an answer to that. So they have a case right now with a school shooter where his dad bought him the gun, and now the parents have charges against them. I think we need to take a harder line on parents because when I was raising my son, when I had my son was taken away from me at the age of I don't know, he was 11 months old. And he was taken away from me because somebody else whooped their kid, which was my husband at the time. And the state told me, we took your son because you can't protect your son against him. That's how they felt. Okay, so if
Bullshit.
I got the harder line against me back then, now everybody just throwing their hands up going, it ain't
Yeah,
my fault.
but that's the same thing you were saying. That's the same thing you were saying. See, now here you are, the parent, being punished for something that didn't have any control. You couldn't do anything. Wait a minute, let me think. I'm saying, okay, go ahead.
I wasn't
Because you see that
I
going to
wasn't
get
finished with the story, JoJo baby, and this ain't a debate. This is what happened.
I'm not debating. I'm just talking about how the system's fucked up. It ain't the parents.
When we were going through the processes of getting things straight with them, this Black woman, I will never forget, she took me to the side and she says, if you want your kid back and you want the government out your life, leave him and don't ever look back. And that was 23 years ago. After I got my son, I said, wait a minute, I have to take responsibility. If they say that they're going to keep messing with me because I'm with this man, I got to go. And I got to get my kid and I'm out. Women,
That just meant you were a responsible parent.
all I'm saying is you have to take your responsibility, and when it doesn't happen, the law needs to take a harder line on these parents who are not paying attention. If you're not paying attention, your kids are going to go awry.
I think that
What happens when the parents are? What happens when the parents are right?
I got something to say about that.
Go ahead, man.
When the parents are
She
right.
said both. She said both. She's doing both things.
It's called child abuse. All of that.
Okay, well, I
playing
got something
both
to say
sides.
about that. Okay, now I know that we all come from a history of our ancestors, whatever you want to call it. I know that I did something when I was 17 years old, and I had a baby, my oldest daughter. And then 2 years later, I had another one when I was in the military. And before I was 21, I was a single parent. And I had to rely on so many resources that I know in my heart of hearts, I have to admit that, you know, being a child raising children, what I produced was the same thing that happened. My daughter got pregnant at 16, had a child at 17, you know, so I've perpetuated that, but I've also tried to teach my kids that, you know, you got to roll with the punches and, you know, you accept responsibility for your actions and try to be kind to everyone. And no matter what's going to happen, we can get through it together. And that's how I treat my children. And I hope and I pray that, you know, no matter what fuck ups your kids have ever had or done, that you can sit right in front of them to their face and say, I love you, period.
The system's made for us. The system's supposed to be made for us, the people. This is what I'm talking about. So when we have issues of a lady that didn't do anything and another situation happened, but she does all the right stuff, but she's still gonna get punished by it. The system's supposed to be in place for us to be. It's not. They have to have a resource if when the child gets into a situation like with this gun thing, when the child gets it, there needs to, and I know they got alternative schools and all that, but you can't just. It's not supposed to be. They can because they do it, but it's not supposed to be just drop the child from the end of the earth. And this is what they do. And I don't care what the parent is or isn't doing. If these system is built for us and they have to have answers. You can't just always push it to the parent and the parent pushing it to the system. There have to be answers, and there is none. You got a kid sitting at home,
and it is none. There is none.
Guys,
everybody want to play the best parent and what they need to do. And if you do this at home, no, it don't mean because you did this at home, your child ain't going to make a mistake. That's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And if he's walking around, if he's walking through the hood every day and all he hears is red tops, green tops, 2 for $10. And you see what I'm saying? Like, yo, get out of here with that shit y'all talking, man. Because it's not supposed to be all the parents' fault. And it's not supposed to be leaning back. That's all I'm saying.
Women, Destiny is. I hear Destiny's trying to break through. I hear her say, "You guys, what were you trying to say, Destiny?"
Well, I do. Okay, so I agree that some parents should have the accountability for their actions. I also know that there are a lot of parents that just believe that nobody should be telling them how to parent. And I understand that because, like, whenever, like, there's no fucking manual that tells you how to parent. So if you're not doing something right and somebody tries to tell you that, then most of the time the parental psychology is to freak out because how dare you tell me how to parent my child? But there's no perfect way to do it. If you're too much of their friend, then they believe that they can get away with things. And
Man,
if
y'all
you're
crazy.
too hard on your child, then your child doesn't want to talk to you about what's going on in their life. So you have to have this, like, I mean, I know I'm a young parent. My daughter is only 10, but the way that I'm trying to raise her is like we're friendly and we get along. But if you do wrong, then you have a punishment. And I try not to have that punishment be too bad. I do pop my daughter. I do have her do workouts as punishment, and she gets punishment. She gets discipline. But I mean, there's no proper way to handle that because so many children are so different, and the different environments and the different things that they go through at school. There's no one way to handle that. The only thing that parents can do is try to have an investment of time in their children, where they probably something like what was it? Will Smith has this thing going on in his family where they have this time once a month or anytime somebody is having some kind of disagreement, where he sits down and he says anything that you say within the next hour will not get you in trouble. We need you to be honest. It's a moment of honesty where he has his children actually talk to him, that invests him in his children, that gives them the ability to talk to him without getting major punishment. You can just come out and say whatever the hell. So
I mean, there's an easy solution. There's an easy solution to this. I mean, aren't we in 2024? I mean, if the kid gets put out of school, we buy him a computer, we get him on class courses, and he can't. I mean, what's the issue here? Why couldn't he watch it from home and still take a course? I mean, what year is this? What we got all this stuff, and we're not going to use it. You're going to make the kid sit at home. Like, he should still have to be on a class course through a computer. He don't have to come to school.
People keep on saying
you're not home.
No, what I meant was the community. There should be. That's what I'm saying. The system should have it set up. If he should get free Wi-Fi in a computer. Period.
What? Now, why
being disruptive in school? We're gonna benefit him for being disruptive.
No, but you're not gonna dumb him down so he can keep being a criminal. You're not gonna dumb him down and don't let him be a smart criminal.
Or you can make him
I mean, come on, y'all. I mean, y'all just punish him.
Yeah, but okay. What I'm saying is that
love him.
Everybody keeps saying parent.
No solution.
It's you know, just because you're a sperm donor or something like that, no, don't mean you're a parent. Like a good example.
Well, that's
my
the
cousin,
problem, funny man.
my cousin.
But if the system's here, but if the system's good for us, then it should.
My cousin.
What system are you talking about? I'm still confused.
I'm talking about the one you vote for every year, the one you pay your taxes to. That's the fucking system I'm talking about.
That shit ain't for us.
But that's what. Oh my gosh, that's what I'm saying. So
hearing what Funny Man was
sorry, Funny Man.
My cousin had 4 kids before she was 18. You know what I mean?
That's a parenting problem.
Huh?
That's the first problem. Why is she out there? Where's her mama at? Where's her daddy at? Like, where's the parent?
Okay.
Wait a minute, hold up, Brenda. Let me interject right there, because it's becomes an individual problem. My mama had me at a young age, and all my other sisters before she was grown too. My grandparents was home. My mother was supposed to be going to school, sneaking somewhere else. My grandparents was making a home for their 4 kids and their grandchild, which was already there, was me. The parents were there in the household. Children are going to be children. They're going to be sneaky. They're going to lie. They're going to do stuff that their parents does not know about. So what my grandparents did, when my mother made the mistake of sneaking and freaking with the little boy, my grandparents assumed that responsibility and raised me up right along with my mother. She made a mistake again and again, but they made sure she finished school. Even if she did have to get her GED, get in whatever program, they did.
Read the book. Read the book.
Thank you.
And I appreciate Althea, and I appreciate your grandmother.
And when you become an individual, the Bible even speaks, if you want to get biblical, after 12, the child knows they own sin after 12. Now, these kids do you know, you got to be involved, tossing their room. You can't say, okay, I'm going to whoop your ass. You go straight to school. You whoop your child ass, they go out the door, go to school, and then bend the corner when they get to school, go through the school, go out the back door. Then
you
what?
Want to know why I have my son at a late age? You want to know why I have my son at 25?
Peer pressure, try to be
no. I have my son at a later age because my mama told me when she found out I was having sex, she said, I know what you're doing, and if you get pregnant, you can't stay here. And I was like, you know what? I know she was serious about that. And the way my mother raised us, if you got pregnant, there wasn't no she was going to take on and assume the responsibility. She figured if you was old enough to go out there and do it, you was old enough to raise it and take care of yourself. There's not enough of consequences going on. Somebody takes your kid and raises it for it. Hold on. Somebody takes the baby.
I don't know where y'all live at.
That makes it
where y'all live at.
Baby out with the bathwater.
That makes it easier for you to have another one if you don't have to take on the consequences of having the first child. You go right back out there and do it again.
Can I say something?
But still, you don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Your child make a mistake. Do you stop being a parent? No, you don't. You work.
No, you don't stop being a parent. You start. That's when you start being a parent, so you can teach her how to parent.
And they were teaching her that. But some kids are thick. Some kids don't get it, Brenda. Everybody is not on the same wavelength or the same.
And there are places out there for kids that don't get it. It's called juvenile home. We have a place here that you can pay back in the day, you could pay $100 or something like that. And if you couldn't deal with your child, if you couldn't deal with them, you put them in juvenile hall. Like
there's a resource. Let's make more of them.
Hey, can I give a little input? Can I give a little input? The input. All right. What I remember from my youth is that back then, the parent, if the child she embarrassed the family by getting pregnant. They had shotgun weddings, and the one
shotgun weddings
because the boy was definitely going to marry that girl that he impregnated. Both family was held accountable for that situation. Not only the mom would wear a pillow or some type of dressing to make sure that no one knew her child was pregnant. And until the child was born, and the child was raised as that child's sibling back then. So there is a responsibility on the parent, even though if you can remember, if you go back to the beginning, like slavery, our children was taken away from us. So it became an obligation to keep our families together. We recently lost that when we lost the respect for each other. So now we have to fix that. Our children should not be having children that we throw out with the bathwater.
Molly, can you put that comment back up there? That was a good one. Can you,
LA Preston,
LA
that's
Josh
great.
Preston says good morning, and good morning to you. And he says, people who were raised right will never understand people who weren't. That's why there is so much arguing and not enough listening. And then he said vice versa was the next thing he said. And I think that is so correct. We can't get it together because it's an individualized sport. Raising your child is an individualized sport, but paying attention to your child and raising them is not. How you raise them is what is individualized. Raising them is what you're supposed to do when you have them.
You can raise your child to be the best.
Hey, yo, pass that joint. You holding it too long, Brenda.
You can raise that child to the best of your knowledge, and when they get grown, they kill you. You can
I'm talking about that dope.
continue to live vicariously through our children. They
And
are
the
their
key
own
point,
individuals.
the key point is raise them to the best of your ability. And if your ability is limited because of how you were raised, it's only going to be diluted when you keep on passing it down.
Brenda, let me tell you something. That's wrong.
I have a question for the panel. I have a question for the
raise
panel.
all 4 kids the same way, and they come out different from north to west to east to south, and they raised exactly the same way. It's called your own individual identity. Some kids, they could be raised in the best circumstances, and they go off to be rogues. Some kids could be raised in the worst circumstances, and they come out to be elite scholars. So don't say that it's individualism. You can have 3 kids, raise them the same, and they will all turn out different. You can have 4 kids.
That is correct, but you're not supposed to. That is correct, but you're not supposed to think about that until after you raise them. Why don't you deal with the problem, whatever happens, after you raise them? Not trying to deal with it and letting loose the reins because you're thinking in your head they're going to do what they want to do and letting go of the reins.
Nobody
you have to
never
raise
said
them.
they don't do what they want to do.
It's like a bucking bronco. You got to hold on.
I'm not finished.
I got a question for the
You get
panel.
mixed up. People.
I got a question for the panel.
You can say, wait a minute, let me get this across. When children and parents, there's 2 different things. That's why you call children. That's why you call parents. I believe you being a parent until your child reached that adulthood, right? Isn't that right? So as a parent, I don't concentrate or try to be my child's friend. I concentrate and try to be a decent parent. I can be your friend when we become adults, when you got the same problems I got, like paying bills, raising a household, worried about the mortgage, your cars, and keeping the job and a roof over your head. Then we could become friends. But until you have adult or parenting problems, I'm the parent, you the child. That's why it's called a dependent and independent. As long as you my dependent, you my ward, to keep you from being a ward of the state, you got to do what unfortunately, that's the way it is.
Amen.
You don't never see no prisoner worried about being the God's best friend.
But that don't mean that this is the point. And yes, you're on 100. I agree 100%. That does not mean that something won't happen, that the kid gets into a situation.
It like don't mean that exactly.
No matter what y'all do.
I got you. We understand that. We all agree that a kid can get into a situation. That's right. Something that we all agree. But that still doesn't change the fact of what we're saying about being the best parent that you can be. You know what I mean? Yes. That's the simple part about it. Yes, right. Something can happen. My son was robbed at gunpoint. That happened. I had to deal with that. I had to still be the best person he could be. He could have went back and then shot that kid. That could have been his decision. But I still had to be the best parent in that situation and control and make sure that he did not go back and talk to him about what's going on, the repercussions, help him work through his feelings, help him work through what happened to him, help him work to this so that he can still be the best person possible. We keep on going to these extremes. Lee talking about that you raise a kid and he kills you. These are all extremes.
We talking about guns in school though. We talking about guns in school. That's extreme.
Okay, there was a gun. My son got robbed at school with a gun.
Exactly.
So let's get something straight. Let's get something straight. It can happen. It can happen. Anything can happen. You still have to be there. You still have to be there for your child. My son could have been the child with the gun. Right. You still have to deal with it and be a parent no matter what your child does. So
but,
to keep on going to the I'm not done, Jojo.
I'm sorry, my bad.
I'm not done. Because all our children have directions. We all have paths. Even us we can go right or we can go left. No matter what your child does, you still have to be the parent. You still have to be there for your child, whether he's right or whether he's wrong. I've been in situations where my kids were blatantly wrong. I told my son when he was getting bullied on the first day to walk in there and punch that kid right in his fucking face. And I said, don't come back out here until they call me. And I sat out there and waited for them to call me. And sure enough, they called me. And I went right in there and said, yeah, now that my son has retaliated, what are we going to do about it? Because this can't keep on happening. And guess what? They made a change. They did something about it. I had to go to an extreme for my child to make him so that they would do something. And that's what you have to do as a parent. You have to do the extreme for them. For them, no matter what. Now, if you're a parent not doing that, I can't help you because I am a parent that is. So
how do you know? But we talking about with that video though, like we don't know the parents and all that type of stuff. But if let's just say the parent wasn't shit. I'm just saying that. So you're saying it's in this long conversation we've all been having here. I keep hearing so everybody just like fuck the kid then just fuck it.
No,
the
kid is the most important thing in this conversation.
We talking about my kid or the random kid?
No, I'm just talking about. I'm talking about a situation that's like that situation. Okay, we all know what to do, not to let it happen here on this panel. We all got that. I'm talking about when the situation is happening like that. Go ahead, Destiny. You can go next. The situation with the kid sitting at home because the gun at school. I mean, where is that just supposed to be punished? Just like throw away the key, like throw him away. So now his chances of getting in trouble again are super high. I mean, is that what we do? Just give up on the kid?
Exactly.
Come on.
Okay, let's read the comments.
Sounds stupid.
Wait, let me get some of the comments.
I should be more concerned about the kid that brings the gun to school than my kid who's in school trying to get an education.
You should be concerned about what that kid is going to do next. You should be concerned about what that kid is going to do next. When that kid is pulling you out of the car, taking your car. When that kid is running up in somebody's store, robbing their ass. When that kid is shooting an old person on the street because nobody stepped in to intervene when there was a chance to do it. That's what you need to be concerned about.
Okay.
Your best criminals come from when you get out of prison. So
it takes a village to raise them. Before Destiny speak, let's read the comment. Good morning, Felicia.
Good morning, everybody. I'm late into the conversation, so I'm just listening.
Okay, now can somebody read Kenneth Clark? Kenneth Clark says, "Speak, Reese. True." That must have been when I was talking about the raising of the kids, because MPSC Entertainment, Phil Strickland, hey Phil, and friends, he said,
"What's up, Phil?
What's up, Phil?"
He says you can have multiple kids raised the same way and have them come out all totally different. He agreed.
Amen to that.
No games played when it comes to kids getting bullied. Totally understand that mentality.
Yep.
Hey, can I say something?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Everybody waiting, sir.
So, I know we have this beautiful bouquet of talent on this show, and for that I'm grateful just to be a part of it. But my story is kind of the contrary to what you guys are talking about. I mean, I was a bad kid from the beginning, and my parents split up when I was 6. My father had me till I was 8. My mom got custody, and from the time I was 9 years old, I was in a military school for kids from broken homes. Every one of us were kids from broken homes in South Chicago. It's called Glenwood School for Boys. So imagine 8-year-old going all the way to his sophomore year of high school. And the whole time, you only saw your mom on the weekends, and that was your break. But the rest of the time, you were raised by house parents. you were raised by your brothers. And after that, the only logical thing I could do, coming from a boarding school that was a military style academy for everyone, and all of my brothers did not look like me. Okay, just so you know. And after that, I logically went into the military. So, I mean, I think that I've been raised around a community rather than what people would consider a typical family. And that's the way I treat my children, that you are a part of a community that you have complete control over, and that is to be loving, caring, kind, and giving. And, whatever happens, all the stupid little quirks in life, they're going to happen anyway. So just, embrace it, learn from it, move on, and show others how to do the right thing for themselves too. That's what I got to say about that.
I mean, I think your parents raised you, and you do the same thing from what you know. Okay, there's no parenting manual on how to raise a kid. So your parents raised you from what they know. Because I was just sitting there thinking, I got shot when I was 19 years old. My father came to the hospital and said, "You're gonna be okay. Suck it up. It's part you in the life. That's part of the life." And what I do now is, when my son got in the shit, I would think back to what my father would say and say, I'm gonna do the opposite of what my father would have done. So,
That was your manual. Whether you follow the same path or whether you tweak it to put yourself, it's the same manual. Yes,
there is no manual, Brenda.
I said you
are all of your fathers alive?
Hold on.
No.
What I said was your manual is the way you were raised. That's your manual. Then you use that and you tweak it and do or don't do what was done to you, and that's the manual. If the person before you who raised you didn't have a good manual, your manual gonna be messed up. So I'm with you, Reese. I'm saying no matter what, you be there for your kids, and you're the parent. You're supposed to be the one in charge. You can't just always defer to the system to raise your kid. You had it, the system didn't. Raise your child. Whether good or bad, you got to ride it like a Bronco. You cannot let go. And the minute that you let go, you have failed. And now when you fail, now we have to figure out what to do after you failed.
Yep.
So I think if more people, I know the kids are super important and there's a lot of money going into saving them, but maybe you should try to save the generation before them, i.e. their parents, so that they have something to look at. Because right now they're just out there running rampant. At least Destiny's trying to do something. Whatever she's doing with her daughter, that's her way. However Beast is doing it, that's his way. However David's doing it, that's his way, so on and so forth. But one thing I can say about all of us, we're not letting go of our kids.
They're trying.
No.
And you're right. The money that
these kids want to be helped.
Prisons, they are taken from the educational budget, closing schools, cutting all of them practical learning other than what we teach them as parents, and what they're investing in is prison, because they don't want to teach them. They just want to house them and work them.
There you go. And if you don't want that to be your child's fate, you got to hold on. And like, I think it was Beast who was saying, you have to be there and talk them through that. You can't just say,
somebody has to be there to talk them through that. Brenda, remember when we was in LA, the gang dude I was talking to when we was on the bus? Okay. That boy wanted help. He needed somebody to talk to. He had just got out of prison. He was going back into his gang environment. He did not want to do that. His family was fucked up, and he just wanted somebody to talk to. I have no idea what happened to him when we got off that bus, but at that moment, he just needed somebody to talk to. And sometimes that's
you
I gave him shit.
You should have.
I gave him street line shit.
Yeah, you should have
I
gave him the
mean,
number.
it ain't no good in LA, but all he needed was I don't know what happened to him, but he just needed, and sometimes that's what our kids need. Just somebody to talk to, because they not getting it at home. They not getting that loving environment at home. All they need is somebody to I ain't gonna say all they need a whole lot more. But at some point they just need to feel like somebody give a damn about them.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Right. So
Abso-fucking-lutely.
get on them and hold on. You did your part that you thought should be done, right? And if you thought that something extra needed to be done, instead of passing the buck, why didn't you do it?
What as far as what?
I don't know. You said he needed more. Why didn't you do it?
No, I couldn't do it. Sometimes you jump in where you fit in at. Okay.
There you go. Amen.
You jump in where you fit in at.
That's what I'm saying. You jump in where you fit in, but where it starts from is home. You can maybe talk to his parent. I don't know, but
home is not always a good place.
What I'm saying.
Imagine a stranger shows up at your door and says, "Hey, you've been a shitty parent. You need to do better." How are you going to respond? It's so, like he couldn't
they
go
did
talk
tell
to
me
his
that.
parents.
That's
Like,
I would say just this. I would say
hold on.
I would say
They
come
did
in.
tell me that. They did tell me that, and they took my son away from me. They told me that I was a shitty parent.
And
hold on.
about that?
And they took my son
How
away
did
from
they
me.
feel about that?
And what I did was I responded with becoming a better parent. That's what I did. I got my shit together so that I could get out of that situation and go.
You're not strung out on meth. You haven't been locked up for years. You just don't know what the parenting situation is. This is not always fairy tales and lollipops.
No, I get you, Phil, but like you were saying earlier, some people have gifts. I can only talk for myself, and I ain't got that gift. I ain't got that gift to deal with somebody else's child or a parent that isn't going to be a parent. And I just don't have it in me because I'll be the one. God damn, Mike. I'll be the one telling them to go fuck themselves and take the kids and go nuts and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just not the one. Everybody has gifts, and some people have their lanes.
Get them where you fit in.
It's just not my lane. That ain't my lane. I understand what y'all are saying, and I feel for it. You know what I'm saying? But it's just not my lane. Like I'm not gonna, you know, I focus on my kids and any kids that want help. I did help, you know, I helped my nephew during his time, but he decided to do wrong. And no, I haven't abandoned him. But I mean, all I can do is what I can do. You know what I'm saying? That's it. I can't do no more. So
and that's all. And that's all that's being asked of the parents themselves is do what you can do until you can't do no more.
Everybody don't have the bandwidth to deal with other people's children. We barely sometimes have the bandwidth to deal with our own.
Amen to
let
that.
alone somebody else's. It's the process. When we know better, we do better. You know, I can do only what I can do within reason without hurting myself or my family. That's all we all can do. All we only can do what we can do with reason without even hurting our own. Like with something like you see a guy hungry, you're not going to give a dude your rent money knowing you got a bill due. What you may do if you get something extra or can benefit or get him some food somewhere, you'll help that way. I can't give you what I
ain't gonna buy you no fish, but I can teach you how to fish.
I ain't even gonna teach you how to fish. I'm gonna teach you how to fill out some paperwork, but you can get some food stamps. But
that's teaching them how to fish.
That's different.
That's teaching them how to fish.
I got something to say about that.
Okay, in a sense.
Yep. Teach them.
Here, I got something to say about that. Yeah. Here's what I've learned in my 30 years of doing stand-up and giving away for the past 20 fucking years. Here's the one thing that I've learned, and it's in your Bible, and all you have to do is look it up. It's Psalm 91. I've learned that everything that I give away, I get back tenfold.
Yeah.
I don't even have to worry about anything. If I'm putting good out, I get good back tenfold. If I put bad out, I'm getting bad back tenfold. So
Amen to that, brother.
That's
Amen to that.
It's in your Bible. Look it up. And laughter cures pain. That's a fucking fact.
Amen.
So does pussy.
And when motherfuckers ask, and when people ask you, are you your brother's keeper? Yes, the hell you are.
You are.
I'm
Yes,
sorry.
you are.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are your brother's keeper, whether you want to be or not.
I have two things to say.
Molly.
Go ahead, Destiny. You better hurry up before Molly goes
All
to
right.
the video.
Well, fuck. All right. So, like, at this point, it's probably null and void to say this stuff because I'm trying to. I guess I'm too polite or some shit. I keep letting everybody take over
Lord
rather
Jesus,
than like,
just say it.
screaming.
Jump
But,
in. This is
firstly,
comedy double dutch. Go ahead.
Firstly, parents need to, like, for example, instead of a child come up to you and saying, hey, I did this, and they're expressing that they did something wrong, at least my parents would reprimand me on the spot or even better, beat me, right? So that made it where I didn't want to talk to my parents. Instead, if that child has done something wrong, they've got consequences of their own that they're going to have to deal with. Just accept that they were able to talk to you about it and don't them more consequences, or they'll think that they can't talk to you about what's going on. That's A. B, as per the situation that Beast was talking about, where there was something said about the young man that brought a gun to the school. Now, as per the 14-year-old boy, he shouldn't have done that. I hate that they're like taking away his schooling. That's the dumbest way to go about that. But it just with the young man that Beast was talking about, and Phil was like, why would you do that? Now you got to worry about what he's going to do in the future. That's that young man's choice. Or he could choose to understand that bringing a gun to school, using a gun, will have a negative response in his life. He'll have consequences. Sometimes people respond like that because they don't understand that there are consequences to their actions. That's all. Thank you.
Hey, I told my kids when they were younger, if they were arguing, I'd send them out in the front yard and I'd say, look, I want you to take a stick and I want you to beat each other to death. I'm going to keep the strongest one. And they just look at me like I was stupid.
Damn. That's a good one.
Good one.
Last man standing. Let's go. Come on.
That's a man that don't have a manual.
He was found dead beneath a tree in Vance County Wednesday. That's north of Raleigh. A rope was around his neck. As Destiny Patterson reports, an investigation is now underway.
That's delicious.
21-year-old
Thanks,
Davion McGee stopped through Vance County as part of his job as a truck driver. It's a long way from where he lived in Illinois. Deputies found him dead Wednesday under a tree with a rope wrapped around his neck.
We have a lot of questions, not enough answers.
Candace Matthews identifies herself as a spokesperson for his family. She says law enforcement initially told them McGee died by suicide.
This young man has not had no indication of no type of suicidal ideation. He doesn't have a history of mental illness.
At no point in time that we have said this was a suicide.
Vance County Sheriff Curtis Brame says they're still investigating McGee's death. McGee's family does not believe he took his own life.
But how can we rule out a hate crime at this point?
Look at me and who I am. If I thought that anyone, regardless of their race, was lynched in Vance County, I would have it all over national news. When we got there, he was sitting with his back up against the tree on the ground. It's something common we would say, and we would call a jail suicide or homicide, where a person does not have enough height to hang or dangle.
McGee's family says they were told surveillance footage showed McGee buying a rope from Walmart. The sheriff says they're still looking into that. He says the medical examiner's office will officially determine the cause of death.
Mom and stepdad and dad have not even seen his body yet.
Sheriff Brame says the family could not view the body in person due to distance.
We want to see everything. We want full transparency.
I got a question about her earrings and her eyelashes.
Count on WCNC as this story continues to develop.
I got some questions on that. I feel like she ain't making good life decisions, so I can't take her advice.
Full transparency.
Full transparency, yeah. I couldn't. Yeah, I'd be like, so she walked in with the cowboy hat and them earrings. I'd be like, oh nah, you gotta go, shorty. I don't even want to know what you got to say to me. You can't help me out my situations. You know what I'm saying?
Your situation is suspect.
Before we go to Missouri, I'd like to have a video recorded that I am not suicidal. I am not trying to kill myself. And if something come up wrong, I want everybody on the Morning Mac show.
Brenda,
No.
I'm gonna let you know I am not the one. I'm gonna let you know that right now. So we ain't even gonna worry about that. I am not the one. So.
Hey, you guys, my phone's about to die.
I put myself.
And I guess he was found with a rope around his neck, and that, you know, and now they're trying to say it's suicide. So I don't know.
Well,
Sometimes it is just what it is.
Dangling from the tree. Something is clearly not being discussed.
He wasn't dangling.
Said he was sitting up against the tree with a rope tied around his neck. Now, the other story said that there was no knot and the rope wasn't tied. It was just wrapped around his neck. And so they didn't talk about the limb. No, they said he was sitting up against the tree. So if you commit suicide with a rope, wouldn't you have to have some height or something to hang you?
Nah, it's called a
jailhouse suicide.
Yeah,
it's a jailhouse suicide.
You put it around your neck and you sit down and
yeah, but even with that, it would have to stay wrapped around your wrist. The first thing that happens whenever when you're choking somebody, trying anyhow. So before they die, they pass out. So if he was just holding it, if he passed out, he would have let go of it. If he had it wrapped around his wrist to where it would still hold on even when he passed out, then it would still be wrapped around his wrist. So there are signs that they should have looked for that it sounds like they didn't even call out.
Well, I read about this article a little bit. What they described it was like a jailhouse joint where you wrap it around a tree, then your neck, and you don't have to have height, and you just sit down on it.
Right.
And then when you sit down on it, you strangle yourself just with that little bit of rope, not having enough tension. So it's the same thing. The other people do it. What they do is they kneel on their knees, wrap it to something, and then lean forward. Usually when they they do that the same thing until they black out and die. You have to,
Oh, that's what happened to David Carradine. They found him in the closet, hung with his belt.
Yeah,
people do that sexually to get that sexual intensity.
Robin Williams.
I don't know about that.
Robin Williams, I was about to say there. Yep.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, they try to say suicide.
And Reese, this is not Freaky Friday.
They try to say suicide,
definitely
depression, and stuff like that. No, but he was actually into that. He used to hire prostitutes, whoever that would, I forgot what the term is, where they would choke them or whatever like that. No.
And y'all ever watch this show called Boardwalk Empire?
Right? Yeah.
Y'all ever watch Boardwalk Empire?
I have. Yes.
Yeah, season 3 with Rossetti, where he's just got that bitch pulling on that fucking he's like, choke it harder.
Fucking talk about movies with it. What's that?
Rossetti.
What's that? Billions. The opening John he choking her and putting a lighter on a cigarette on his ass and then pissing on him. They like that shit. Anyway, the white people like that shit. That ain't black people shit. We don't do that.
Everybody anyway, don't throw it at just white people. The fuck? I can't name a black person.
I was gonna say, you name one.
Yeah, you name one.
You name one.
All we need is one. Name one.
Yeah, find us one black person that's into that shit.
He right.
Besides your boy James Brown, he might be into that shit. He looked like
James Brown like to give the pain.
I'm not talking. I'm talking about her boy, something Brown. What was his name?
DeQuavius.
Shout out to DeQuavius. He looked like he into that freaky shit. But anyway, I'm sorry, my bad.
DeQuavius said, "Love me, beat me, make me write bad checks."
Oh shit! Really?
But
okay.
The Wire when D'Angelo got murdered, they made it look like a jailhouse suicide. That's what they was talking about when they put the rope around the doorknob and then sat him down on the doorknob like he got like a jailhouse suicide. Those are the type of that's the suicide they're saying he did.
Well,
and I'm not saying he did it or not. I don't know the brother, but I don't know. I put it this way: if I commit suicide, y'all ain't gonna have to look for me. I'm gonna do that shit wide open. I'm gonna let everybody see that shit happen. I'm an actor. I don't know.
Well, they were in a little rubbish town, Henderson. We know about Henderson because they had the speed trap down in Henderson, and we got caught in a speed
Don't
trap.
talk bad about Henderson. Henderson is where my family's from.
I don't care.
Somebody said Henderson. Who
That
said
don't
Henderson?
mean that the Henderson,
North Carolina, good old Gunpowder Road.
Tennessee, North Carolina. I'm on my way.
Henderson. I wish Flo was on like to keep telling you about how the court case would happen, and we had to go back there.
That
so
tree,
we know what they is. What
the tree might be in my grandmother's yard. I need to see what the hell. See that tree again.
But him, his family, they said he a truck driver. He was a truck driver for Walmart. He was on a route. He did what B-Man do. Cross country. If we ever hear that B-Man tied up around the tree, would we be saying, oh, B-Man didn't have suicidal tendencies? B-Man didn't do that. Would we be saying the same thing?
No.
Well, just throwing it out there, the number one reason for a trucker to pass away, the number one reason for trucker deaths is suicide. I'm not saying this guy killed himself because I feel like there's not enough evidence of that, but the number one reason for truckers to die is suicide because trucking is so lonely.
He was 21. He was just getting started. He was getting ready to get some cross country booty. We don't know.
Hey, but didn't he buy a rope? Didn't they say he bought a rope?
But nobody let go
I'm not saying that I believe it. I'm just I'm just saying I heard that in the conversation. So I mean,
I'm not even gonna call this a race crime or nothing because we don't know who did whatever to him. They could be the same people. So I'm not gonna say, oh, that's a race crime. The only reason why they say it's a race crime because the origin of where lynching and stuff come from. So
plus a rope, plus the rope.
Hey, you might have just got a too strong hooker. I don't know. Yeah, that's Funny Man. You ever ran into a hooker that was too strong, Funny Man?
He Rodney, he might have didn't give the signal. He didn't tap. He didn't tap hard.
Pineapples. He didn't say pineapple or some shit.
Well, you couldn't say pineapples because he had the rope around his. You know what I mean? You had to do something else. You would have to tap or kick your leg or something.
Maybe he didn't come fast enough. You gotta get it out before you pass out. You gotta finish before you pass out. That's the whole goal. You wanna come before you pass out, not pass out before you come.
That's exactly why I'm scared of that move because I can see me now trying to explain it to a judge that it was not my fault. It was an accident. They'd be like, "Yeah, nigga, get against the wall and shut up."
You guys, Funny Man. Funny Man is the person we ask about crazy sexual shit. So, Funny Man, you ever had to choke a chick, or she wanted you, or you like to get choked and shit, and did it ever go bad?
Davey, you better not answer that.
Oh, they like it, Reese. Hey, Reese, they be asking you to. Could you choke me?
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
they ask you, Reese.
Yeah, they do.
Y'all know that David only deal with big booty bisexual white girls, and they asking David to choke me. And then what they gonna do right after I toss your salad, David? They gonna tell David.
Nah, he gets a salad toss before he chokes him. He don't want that. Yeah,
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this thing must be catchy because it ain't just white chicks anymore.
They want to be choked.
It's a thing. It's a thing now.
I mean, it was a thing until a nigga choked me for real, and I was like, I don't want that thing no more.
For me, I need Funny Man. I don't know how you could do it because any of us go to court talking about, was a sexual arousement that went bad, and we can forget trying to get off that case. That we gone. We bye.
I keep text messages and everything. You know what I mean? I keep receipts.
Yeah, but
as for me,
for you,
I can't beat you. I can't beat you. I'm too ticklish.
Better keep the video.
You ain't got enough money. You ain't got enough zeros in your bank account for for that one to be. You know what I'm saying? Shoot.
Destiny.
Somebody pop in. Who that is?
You like getting spanked and beat and choked and all that?
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Yeah.
She said, "Yeah, man."
Yeah, I got a whip or two.
You know she did. You gotta remember she fucked the
Got
dude.
collars.
Well, I got a whip and collar, but it's for them. Don't hit me. I'm gonna hit you.
No, okay, so it's super sexy to hit somebody else for sure. Because like I don't know why I've got this like I don't know if it's a kink or something where if I bite a guy or whip him and he says "ow," I am so in the mood right then. But
yeah,
to have it done to me is spectacular. I didn't know it was Freaky Friday.
Funny man, put the lotion down. Funny man.
Oh my goodness. Put both hands in. Hey, funny man, act like a police just pulled you over and put both hands up at where we can see them.
Yeah, exactly.
Funny man.
Funny man.
He choking them out right now, choking her out.
Funny man, booking his flight to Alabama right now. He's like, oh,
where we gonna stay?
I'm trying to do all that.
David,
Yeah.
you know why? What you gonna say? I smell your nappy.
How'd you find me? I smelled your nappy pussy.
Now I'm glad I'm all camera now. Shit.
He wicked. Did you see David smile?
I lifted the phone. I adopted the phone.
And that every day now.
Stepdaddy. You see that, stepdaddy?
Oh shit.
Y'all know that them little perfumes and little must stay up in that bush like that. These young girls don't got the game. They want to addict the nigga. They gotta let nigga smell the bush every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it ain't funky. It's just that natural scent that everybody got. You supposed to like your person's natural scent unless they smell like backwash. You know.
It's going to make them hungry. They're gonna think about Italian hoagie, that little oil and vinegar.
I mean, here we are buying somebody else. Now, I mean, you can buy the smell of Erykah Badu's coochie, and you can smell other famous mugs. You know what I'm saying? So you're supposed to like the smell of it, ain't you? I mean,
Put that up. You might as well bring Gwyneth Paltrow and all them other. I'm mad that you even.
I'm so confused.
Hey, you know what? Althea, I'm a go. Hey guys, I'm getting ready to step out. I'm gonna send you a video, and then you can play this video. It's hilarious. I'll be right back.
Hold on. Put the glasses back on because you look like Missy and I Can't Stand the Rain. I was thinking that the whole time when you was walking outside. I need you to put the glasses back on and keep on making the camera go into your face and back again so you look like Missy. That's the video you about to show?
Who you talking about, Lee?
Yeah, when she had those glasses on, all I heard was my head was down.
And her face would jump back and forth from the camera. Yeah.
I can't stand the rain.
Yeah, you need them glasses.
I need the glasses back on though.
You do look dope in them big ass glasses, though, Lee. Them big ass glasses fit you well, shorty. You look dope with them on, rolling and scrolling, shorty.
Doom.
All right, well, we get to the end of our show. We wrapping it on up. We wrapping it on up.
Okay.
Please.
Can I do my dad mentality thing real quick? Because
that's what I'm about to get to.
Oh, my girl. That's what I'm talking about. I love you, Reese. I don't care what they say about you when you're not on the show. I'll tell you, girl.
What they say about me when I am on the show, when I'm not on the show.
I don't give a shit. But anyway, tonight, Dad Mentality live again, 7:00 p.m. Facebook, Facebook and what the hell, YouTube, all that shit. I don't know why the comments weren't working on my personal page, Rodney Glover, but if you definitely go to dad_mentality, put your comments in there and on the YouTube, dad_mentality. You know, we'll answer your comments. We got our boy, God damn it, why am I blanking now? Mr. Clark from Mr. Clark from I got Kenneth Clark from all his
Kenneth Clark.
Yeah. For all we need everything, he's going to join us tonight. We're going to talk about gun violence and being there out on the streets. And I'm definitely going to talk to him about what is his gift, not my gift, because I damn sure can't be out in the streets protesting. I'd be the one getting locked up and all that shit because I'd be whooping somebody's ass out there or something and not being patient.
Phil Page,
But-
that's what he do too.
Oh, don't worry. Phil Page is coming in a couple more weeks. I got Phil Page joining us to talk about Street Line. But right now I'm talking about Kenneth Clark, my guest. Thank you, Reese.
I wasn't saying that.
But I'm just saying, can
I
I
was saying
finish?
that he
Can I
do gun
finish?
violence also.
Can I finish? Can I finish? Can I finish now? Your auntie already showed out for you. You don't got to show out again. All right. Anyway, I'm tired of y'all interrupting me when I'm trying to make my points.
Where's
So
she at?
anyway, Kenneth Clark, yeah, we're gonna have him on tonight. We're gonna talk about gun violence, things in the streets, homelessness, everything in the DMV area, and what people can do to go out there and help. I'm going to be honest, I won't be out there helping, but I definitely promote the cause because I don't got the patience. I don't need to be locked up today. But still love for the people in the DMV and everything. My man Phil too, and what he's doing out there, and everybody on the show. Thank y'all, and come and check us out and join our conversations tonight, 7:00. Thank you.
Okay, quick question. Where's the
Yes, ma'am.
571 number? Somebody called me talking about they got my number from somebody else. Is they about to try to
Wasn't me.
call me?
It wasn't me. I wouldn't give your number out. So I don't know who would do that.
Okay.
Unless it was somebody coming to give you dick. Did they say they was coming to give you some dick?
They trying to, yeah. They talking about they got my number from a friend or whatever. And I'm like, okay. That's why I said, who 571 number?
Take that dick. You better go get it. That's good for you. God bless your soul.
Y'all playing with a sister.
You're gonna get on tomorrow with a big old smile on her face.
Yeah.
Run. Matter of fact, you still
I
here?
mean, actually, tomorrow.
Call them back live right now. Call them back.
Actually, tomorrow, I'll be getting on a little late. So y'all have to hold it down until I get on because I get my shots in my eyes tomorrow.
Mm.
Okay. You gonna wear the Missy
Right.
glasses tomorrow? You gonna wear the Missy glasses tomorrow like Lee? You should. Doom. Ficky. Doom.
All right, you guys, man. Hey, catch y'all on the next go.
No. Before we go, JoJo, you got to mention October the 12th.
Oh, October as well. Before that, though, September 21st. At Penny's in Dundalk. I got something going on, and then the one you talking about, October 21st, B-Man Production, hell of a lineup, all that shit, all that there.
Molly,
But
you get the prize, Molly?
Penny's this when that next weekend, when that is 21st, when the 21st, what's the day?
The 21st is Friday.
Yep.
Saturday. Sorry, Saturday.
Saturday, yeah, no, Saturday and done.
Coming up.
Penny's,
My
yeah.
birthday in 3 days. I didn't realize that.
Oh, yeah. So Penny's 7:00. I believe the show is at 7:00. I believe so. Penny's carry out in Dundalk. 21st. You check the page out.
Rodney, what you planning on doing for your birthday? Where the party at?
I ain't doing
Where the hook is at?
I have nothing planned so far. Nothing at all. I can't
Best day, shorty. That's the best motherfucking day, unless you're taking an exotic trip or something. You know what I'm saying?
Look, ain't no telling what his wife got planned for.
Yeah, that's a good old
him. She better let him know. Shit.
All right.
Is that Lee that said that?
Lee ain't said that, David. You see it?
Put them glasses on, Lee.
David, you see what I sent you?
Well,
I know it's
Lee, put the glasses back on.
I know it's
Hold
the end
on,
of the
hold
show,
on, bro.
but could Rodney, you wouldn't would that be okay? Like all of a sudden on your birthday when you didn't make no plans, your lady just say this is what we doing, and she had the plans made out without telling you. Is that cool for your birthday?
If they good plans, if they bad plans, then I won't go. She'll be going at you for nothing. They
Oh,
better
you
be
got
good.
choices. You got choices.
Althea, I sent it to you too on Messenger.
Okay, so Messenger.
You know, JoJo, she told me I got a threesome with Lee, then I'm in.
Oh, Lord. I don't think Lee sent me that on Messenger. Lee, you ain't put that on Messenger, did you?
Yeah,
See what Lee sent me on Messenger.
Happy birthday. Shit, Lee gonna think it's motherfucking birthday. You know what I'm saying? Be like, shit, feel like my birthday. I got this popping. Go ahead, Rod. I hear you, son.
Shit. She won't see me coming.
Wait a minute. Is this Lee? Wait a minute.
Is it got lions on there?
I'm sharing the screen
Oh
now.
my.
Can y'all see that?
Nope.
Why y'all can't never see when I put
There you
something?
go. Now I can now.
You can see it.
Nobody wants to see the lines fucking.
Lee, that's what you sent me.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, Lee. Why the hell?
Why? I don't know why you put Lee shit up there. See?
Because Lee, I thought she was sending something. We was talking about the conversation and stuff. I thought she was sending something.
It is. You just have to look at it. It is. You have to look at it.
Hey Lee, we can reenact this.
Go ahead and look at it and vet it first.
I'll be the mail line.
It goes right along with what you said.
But what? Well, let's see. Molly, play it. Play the tape, Molly.
You got to see the face of the lion. Can you see the face?
Oh shit! Oh Jesus! What is this mess? Oh my God! Where you found it? Got a little pee in it. What did you do? Not what I did, Bookie. What did you do? Hey, I feel like we wasn't just down there wrestling. My neck hurt. Like, and it's all in my hair. Oh Jesus! Child, we were wrestling, all right. Oh, Jesus. What am I looking for again? What am I supposed to be looking for? I thought we were wrestling. If you just keep looking. Don't you stop. Don't you stop looking, please. Shit! Damn it! What the hell? What is all of this? I can't. Oh shit! What is it? Oh Jesus! What is this mess? Oh my God! Oh, where you found it? Got a little pee in it. What is it? What did you do? What I did, Bookie. What did you do?
Yeah, I don't think that's funny.
Don't you know Reese don't like cat videos? Don't you remember with Destiny how that whole thing started?
You keep sharing Lee videos. You know it's gonna be.
You know she don't like cat videos. Man, why you keep on bringing this stuff back up, Lee?
Funny man.
She don't even like her own cat, Rodney. She stuck that motherfucker on the show.
Oh yeah, see, you did. What you don't see is the damn cat grinning. You didn't see it. All y'all doing is listening.
I talk
Just
about
put the
that.
glasses back on. Just put the glasses back on, because you ain't see shit either.
But I did.
All right.
Man, it's some weird people. Some people like to get off on animal porn and all type of shit. We're so watching lions get it in. What was it?
No, I mean,
the lion was eating the male lion was eating the female lion cooch, and then she peed on him.
It was mainly the lions how the lion was grinning from doing so.
Okay.
He was just grinning real hard.
What did we
learn? That was
from
worth
that?
us taking the time to stop and watch, Lee.
This is Monday.
You didn't see it.
That's Freaky Friday.
That's all it was madness. That's all it was. It wasn't no Spanish. It wasn't foreign.
You put the glasses back on, Lee, please. I just want to do the
For what? I'm not here to satisfy you. You don't look good enough to put glasses on if I wanted to.
I said, please.
I don't want no, nigga. I ain't gay like that.
I just want you to put the glasses on. What that got to do with me humping you? That's later.
That's some gay ass shit. I wouldn't ask you. The only thing I asked you to put on is a bag over your head.
Okay,
You
I
got
see
that
his
sense
face.
that.
I'll
He
do
was
that.
like
That's fine. I can put a
grinning
bag over my
little
head.
bit.
I ain't scared of that. I'll put a bag over my head. That's fine.
Okay, that's
Molly, what did
enough.
you, what did
I
you
mean,
see,
you know,
Molly, what you
Nah, I said I see the lion grinning or showing his teeth. That's what Lee was talking about.
yeah, that's all that was about. That's how he was grinning over the pussy. It had nothing to do with
Videos like this,
all
this
of the
stuff
other
y'all
stuff,
just
or
send
being
to each other
stupid or
outside the show. You know,
Reese.
this ain't nothing we share on the show.
Can you please ask
It's funny though.
Lee to put her glasses on?
She's not going to do it because you calling attention to it.
All right, I'm sorry. I'll stop.
So this is not. October the 12th, but the 21st, come see JoJo Baby at what's the name of the place, JoJo?
In this lonely ass world, it's getting colder.
Rodney's birthday is on the 19th of this month, so we got to do something big. I ain't even gonna be here.
Aberdeen Comedy Club, after party fish fly, good old DJ Jizzle. You got Blue Half, you got Phil Page from the show. You're gonna have Althea McFarlane, JoJo Baby, Marley as It's Gritty. You're gonna have Miss Drez, Kobe Jack, and Hockey the Bear will be hosting from 7 to 11 on October 12th. Get your contacts, hit B-Man. As long as he's... Nah, I know you're going to make that joke. All right. Food available, cash bar, tables, and party of $5 for $100. There you go. Star Comedy presents Phil Page, going to be at Sully on 3 days ago. So if y'all already there, have fun. Yeah, I hope y'all had fun if you were there 3 days ago. All right, now we're going to the barbershop joint. It's our girl, Miss Althea, will be there, surely looking beautiful, pulling stuff out her titties. Got Miss Chocolate, got Phil Page, got Duchess at the barbershop extravaganza at 6307 Georgia Avenue, Washington, D.C. And that's on the 22nd. All right, on the 21st, we got a Fun and Funny Comedy Show, 21st, 8 o'clock, starring a lot of goddamn people. Phil Page, something Benson, something Reed, Cynthia Young, Tony Viagra. Is that how?
Yep.
Yeah.
Remember he came on our show? He reminded us of he did the what's the Rodney Dangerfield? He was like the Rodney Dangerfield type guy.
Shaquan, Uncle Something, and of course the love of my life.
That's Uncle Tony.
Uncle Tony, the love of my life, the one and only Lee stepdaddy, also known as my stepmama. But you know, you can catch that on. Oh, that's free. That's on Zoom. Okay, you can watch that on Zoom. Free comedy on Zoom. Okay, I might have to check that out at home. 21st, September 21st, 8 o'clock.
Yep.
Good. Now I got the Salsa City Live at the Hub. This will be in Missouri, right? 777 VFW Memorial Drive, St. Roberts, Missouri. October 18th. It's a dinner. The show's free, but you get dinner. $19.95, limited time from 8. You got Phil Page and also Damian Seaman. And I feel bad every time I say his name too. Anyway, call 573-336-9990 for your reservations. Go have fun at comedy and get a meal in Missouri. Yeah.
And host it. Don't forget Brenda Brown.
Oh, and Brenda Brown. Yes, we'll be there doing 8 strong minutes of pole work. So please make sure y'all watch it because we are excited to see those 8 strong minutes of nothing but twerking and working. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's all I gotta say. They say Brenda Brown know how to work that pole, son. Yeah. All right. Laughing After Dark. Oh, do you want to do this? You can do this one.
Sure. So on September 20th, which is this coming Friday, we've got Laughing After Dark hosted by The Lady, which is that young lady at the bottom wearing pink. Doors open at 8 p.m. Show starts at 9. Admission is 10. Place is called Brandy's. It's on St. Stephen Road. I've seen most of these comedians perform. They're hilarious. And if The Lady recruited all of these to be on the show, then it's going to be a great show. Y'all just got to make it on out. Of course, this is nobody else on this is going to be able to make it. But if you're in Mobile and you're watching this, then please come on out. It is going to be a really great show.
Okay.
All right.
Thank
And
you.
Dad Mentality tonight, 7:00. See your boy, Kendall Clark.
I
my boy,
I'll have
my
my
boy.
own show going on at 7 Bs. I've got the
That's all
Cards
right.
Against D&D going on. I'm sorry.
It's all right. You can watch on a different phone or something. Or
Yeah, I'll
send
have
it
you
to
playing
us
off on
later.
the side.
There you go. Mention my show on there. That's all I need. It's fine.
I
with me.
generally do.
Excellent. All right, and then we got the salsa. Is Brenda going to do this, or I need to do this? Brenda,
When you took it down, wait a minute.
I didn't take it down. What you get mad at me for? I ain't taking nothing down. I can't control shit.
No, I just know they say the 15th on it. I ain't know if you still promoting.
if I was
Sunday coming up.
if I was in control, I'd be banging Lee. All right, Sauce in the City Cosmic, the league, which goes through for the next, I think it's the next 12 or 13 weeks or something like that.
Yeah.
And you $25 sponsor your person. And I'm sorry, I gotta go because that's my job. But you sponsor your person, and you get a 500 at the end. And I know the winner's going to be in Vegas. So I hope I did a good enough job. But let me answer this phone call.
Okay, it's $500 and 500 plus in prizes and gifts. That's the big prize. And that'll be given out during the Sauce in the City reunion. And the prize match, not only do the number one comedian, but the people that supported them is a prize match. So that's going to be an awesome prize match. And Brenda, where you at? Is Brenda?
It look like it say each week one will be eliminated till one wouldn't remain. So every week she gonna eliminate someone.
You know what?
And
No, she changed that. The elimination will start after 5 weeks, and then at the end of 5 weeks, the lowest performing 5 will be gone in one swoop.
Okay.
It's like the division league. They played in the league. Like
The
just
bottom
like
5 must go.
Yep, the bottom because. Yeah, that's what it was. David Green was there last night. He placed in the top 3. Last night winners, winner circle. David and Lee placed in the winner circle. So get y'all card, and if y'all got David and Lee on your cards, you're off to a great start. This was the second week, so David getting up them points. He's accumulating them. So I don't know when they're gonna do the recap show. Brenda had to tell you when they go do the recap show so you can see all of the stuff. And Destiny, just so you know, your name came up 11 times.
Yeah? Oh, hell. I better go watch that episode.
Yeah, you better go
I
watch
got kicked
the
out of
episode. I will
both
tell you.
groups this morning. Both of the Sauce in the City groups. Somebody kicked me out of both of them this morning.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
You gotta go back. It's on MTV, not MTV. It's on YouTube. It's on there. You watch repeats. Go on there. You'll see how David kept your name at the tip of his tongue.
Aww. I love you.
So, but y'all go and check it out if y'all haven't already. In the recap, I'm not sure the exact recap date. It'll be this week, but I'm not sure if it's Thursday or Friday or Wednesday. But I'm not sure.
All good.
Yes, and I can't even.
Yeah, I apparently won't be let known, but because y'all someone kicked me out of the chat.
I don't know. I can't see. So
Yeah.
you know it wasn't me. And it's the truth because it rhymes. But that's it, y'all.
Bye.
See y'all tomorrow.